Iyabojo, or is it like Wike and River State? Let's let's know. I'd like to ask a couple of people. Okay, let me ask. Hi, what's your name? Tell us your name and tell us your relationship with money currently. Yes. Are you shocked?
Actually,
When person starts first statement with actually. Okay, yeah, tell us. What is your current relationship with money? Give us a scenario. You're single. These are the issues. Okay, so let's move to another sector. He said he's single currently. Yes, he's currently single. His relationship with money is currently single. Hi, hello, what's your name? And tell us your current relationship with money.
Um, my name is Ejo Onos Henry, and I'm a web developer. I'm a full stack web developer, and my current relationship with money is like a developer and VS Code. I don't know other developers here will know what VS Code is. It's like an application to code, so you can't do without it. You need that application to code. Then for our daily life, my relationship with money is like tea and bread. They always go together.
Is a round of applause for him. Okay, your relationship with money is tea and bread. That's tea that is sugar, right? Sugar tea. Just normal tea. All right, okay, thank you. I like volunteers.
sorry, I mean, I didn't know about it from Ilorin. Pressure with money is about being disciplined. So, if you are
Sorry, your current relationship with money.
being disciplined, you like spend 1 million a year. Tomorrow, you may end up drinking Gary. But manage the one you have seen because you don't know how tomorrow is. Pleasure.
Please, a round of applause for him. I like to hear different views. So you say manage the one where you see first. You don't know. Okay, let me go over to the other side. Let me go over to the other side. I'd like to know what is your current relationship with money. Okay, thank you. Your name, what you do, and tell us what is your current relationship with money.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tega Ogunje. I'm a realtor. I am the CEO of Sunstel Apartment and Sunstel Gardens. Personally, my relationship with money is like a means to an end. The means is money, and the end is wealth. Thank you very much.
Please, a round of applause for him. Thank you. I'd like everyone to hold that close, hold that question very dear, so that you can be able to answer it after this conference. I'd like to have the convener on stage in the person of Andrew Mana. Is he here? Is he in the building? The convener, can we have the convener? All right. Please, a round of applause for him.
I would like to welcome somebody that I hold in very high prestige, right? It's my spiritual father. I want him to come on stage and talk about something that's really important, the place of spirituality in money. So with standing ovation, I will employ everybody to welcome H.O. Arungwa on the stage.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, zobu, enyimba, master. Oya dike, lenu dike, oya dike, lenu dike, iye shabara dike, ruenu.
Please get seated.
Thank you very much for giving me such a wonderful honor. And I have every reason to be happy to be here. And I'm also using this wonderful opportunity to welcome each and every one of you. I just have an advice in the new money economy. And my advice goes in this way to everyone. Never you sit on a table to discuss as a colleague with one with result. Never you sit on a table to discuss as a colleague with one with result. Think about this. Never you sit on a table to discuss with one with result as a colleague. What I am talking about is humility. In the new money economy, if you cannot learn, you will not achieve. It takes humility for one to learn. When you see one that has a result, it doesn't matter the age. Humble yourself and learn from him or her. Never you sit to discuss as a colleague on a table with one with a result. Whether the result flows from the father or from the parents and from whatever background, and you don't have that very result yet, does not mean you will not have it. That you don't have that same result like him, you've not grown like him, does not mean you will not be bigger than him. Only if you can learn from him. And for you to learn, you need humility. Listen to me attentively. Every one of you that is opportune to be here today. Making, managing, and multiplying money cannot be done except you can learn. It cannot be achieved except you can learn. Learning brings about skills. Learning brings about skills. You cannot come up with a skill except you can learn. Listen to me, God's people. And it takes a skill for one to make an impact in a society. It takes a system for one to achieve in life. Listen, if you cannot make an impact in a society, you may not achieve. And you need a system to make an impact. And for a system to be created, you need a skill. Such a skill that will announce you. Because whatever you want to do, others are doing it already. You need a skill. And that is when you will be announced. And for that skill to come up, you need to learn. And I want you to begin to tune to that level. And for you to learn, you must be humble. You may learn from a child. My late father gave me a story. Probably not really a story. I had an encounter with him. He was working in PZ industry. As at then, many years ago, over 40 years, he was a supervisor. And I saw a very young boy that he was answering, sir. As the young man stepped up, my late father stood up Welcome, sir. And everything, very smart. Left all the conversations we were having and was busy to work. But I also studied one other thing. The more he answered, sir, to this young man, very young, intelligent young man, the young man returns to him again saying, sir. I kept quiet. And when I saw that the young man has gone, I asked my father, who is this? He said, his boss. I quietly asked again, what is his position in the company? Say, he is the manager, production manager. And my late father is the supervisor of production. I kept quiet. And when the young man returns again, and my father did introduction of me to him, he was so happy. He used his mouth and told me that your father is my master who taught me in standard school. The person my father was answering, sir, was his student that has gone to higher academics and has gotten sort of position that probably certificate never allowed my father to sit on. But I watched how humble the young man was. The system of the work is in the palms of my late father. And for this boy, young man, to be announced, my father had to teach him so many secrets of the job because he grew with the job. They created the system from when they were using charcoal to the machine system. The Pizza Industries focuses on soaps. So they started with charcoal pattern of cooking soap and grew to the point of using machine. And they know all the. I worked as a banker. I was a banker by profession. I understood certain things. No matter how much you read, how big an accountant you are, when you come to the system in the banking industry, you have to learn. Those that have been on ground have to teach you. So many of them failed because they came with an ego in them and was trying to boss the staffs they saw there with every strength they have. But many of them that succeed came with humility. They asked questions and they are taught. Within 6 months, like the master that was talking, they become a master in the game. Then they can rule. I still see them ruling with understanding, knowing fully well that they have learned from this one. I just want to advise you. There are so much bossy in this time. And I want you to ignore it. And I want you to put an end to that lifestyle. And now begin to embrace a lifestyle that will not only take you forward, but will ground you and establish you and make you wonderful. Humility. Listen to me. Humility. Do not sit on a table to discuss as a colleague with one that has resolved. He's a barrister. I'm also a barrister. He has been in the system and is now a son. You can't ignore that. Experience matters a lot. You need to learn from him. And before you know it, you will come up with a skill that will create a better system that will announce you. There is competition, but you cannot number. That is why what the speaker before now was talking about. You can learn your equals and take yourself to the next level. But that is only when there is willingness in you to learn. The wish to learn grows from humility, from equality. Humility is a quality that you need to possess. If you do not have it, I urge you to buy it. Sell what you have and acquire humility. Humility in the sense that you do not look at the size of the person you have to learn from, that have been in the system before you. Don't consider where you are coming from, the background. Before you know it, you become greater than you can ever imagine. I know why I'm talking to you in this manner. And I know why I told you that I have just come here to give you a little of an advice that will take you far in life. In the new money economy, for you to make, manage, and multiply money, you need a skill. That skill cannot grow up in you except you can learn. And let me tell you something. Put an end to emulation. Don't emulate. What makes you outstanding is the skill that will be created by you. It's inside of you. And it cannot manifest except you have mastered what you are doing. When you begin to master what you are doing, and that mastering comes from learning, if the more you are humble to learn, you begin to master what you are doing. And in that mastering, there will be a skill that will be coming up in you. And that skill will create a system that will draw the attention of many. By so doing, you are making an impact. Listen to me. No matter how difficult things are, economy in a society, economy in a nation, you can make it. Put an end to your fears about Nigeria economy. You can make it. You can make it if only you can create an impact. You can achieve if only you can create an impact. And for you to create an impact, you have to come up with a system. And for you to come up with a system, you need a skill. And for you to be established in a skill that will drive a system, you must learn. Learning will take you to mastering. And mastering will announce you. I just want you to think about this. Never you sit on a table with one that has resolved to discuss as a colleague. Listen, even though you school together, I want you to humble yourself and do much of asking questions than discussing as colleague. I want you to do much of asking questions. I want you to have that open heart to learn from him. And for you to learn, you ask questions from him, no matter his age. It becomes dangerous. I am still talking to you. It becomes dangerous for you to underrate people. Listen to me. It becomes dangerous for you to underrate people. Please, please, put an end to underrating people. Do you know that young man that is pushing truck may be a master degree holder, but condition made him to push truck? Do you know that the person you see loading passengers may be a PH holder? And they put an end to underrating people. Let me tell you this. Everything created and everything that has been in existence has something to contribute in making you somebody. Everything created and everything that has been in existence has a contribution in making you whom you are to be in life. And I want you to note this and begin to realize it. If it is a mistake, begin to realize that mistake. Never you sit on a table to discuss as a colleague with people that already have results. They have gone far. You can see it. Honor them. Respect them. The only way you can respect them is for them to see that humanity in you. Let them see it in you. Even when they want to raise you up, we are together now. Let there be that respect from you. It doesn't take anything from you. Rather, it promotes you. And I am pleading with you to hearken to this voice of reasoning and let it be well with you. And I know that as you think and pause and ponder about it, it will be well with you. And I know too well that at the end of this very conference, a lot of us are coming to speak to us. I am glad when I was listening to the young man talking, and I know so many of them are coming to talk to us. Please get ready to learn, and you will go home here with something wonderful. May the Lord be with you.
Please, can we celebrate Reverend Arongwa in the house? Please put your hands together for him. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir. We really, really appreciate you. Can you turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor? Turn to the other neighbor and say, neighbor, money must be made. Aha. We're not here to joke. We're here to learn and relearn. Very quickly, I would like to have the next keynote speaker, but just before I have the next keynote speaker, I would like you to take out your phones. If you've taken a picture for New Money Conference, you can upload on any of your social media platforms, hashtag New Money Conference. Please let someone know that you're here to learn, and let someone also be a part of this amazing session. We're going to be having the real estate session right about now. And after that, we'll have a panel session. And lastly, we'll have the finance session. So to take us in the real estate session, we'd like to invite the keynote speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next keynote speaker is a true force in the world of technology and education. Based in Lagos, she's a software engineer turned developer educator, technical content strategist, and international conference speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, next our keynote speaker, Intero Collineus, widely recognized as the African landlord, as a visionary real estate entrepreneur, strategist, and educator, dedicated to helping Africa build sustainable wealth through property ownership. As the managing director of Sandoni Realty, he has built a strong reputation for delivering innovation and practical real estate solutions tailored to both first-time buyers and seasoned investors. His work bridges the gap between aspiration and achievement, showing that real estate can be accessible to all. With a passion for demystifying property investment, he mentors individuals and communities, providing actionable frameworks that highlights the power of consistent action, smart strategy, and long-term vision. Intero's mission is simple yet powerful: to empower Africa to view real estate not just as shelter, but as a vehicle for financial independence and generational wealth creation. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, please welcome your keynote speaker, Intero Collineus.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's not looking like wrestling. Thank you so much. Those in favor of Andy Umana switching off some of the ACs, can I hear you say hi? Those against say nay. The eyes have it. Umana use the AC. I don't know if you've noticed, it's even difficult for some people to clap their hands. If I say, let's stand up now, you go see. Snow they fall for where I sit down. So, please reduce some of the ACs. Oh, outside is cold. And we cannot receive new money with cold hands. His Holiness, I celebrate you, sir. Let's celebrate. Thank you so much. Nonso is in the building. Nonso, my man. Bole Festival. I celebrate you. I don't even know where to start. Uh, most beautiful all the way from Lagos is here. Of the Omas is here. Thank you so much. My name is Nte Cornelius. And before I speak anywhere I go, I sing one song. All the glory must be to the Lord. For he is worthy of our praise. No man on earth should give glory to himself. All the glory must be to the. Let's celebrate ourselves. Thank you. I'm very sure they are reducing the ACs now. My intestines were shrinking when I was sitting down there. Okay, so I'm supposed to speak to you about building a real estate company, empire from scratch. Right? Andy, right? From scratch. That's what I'm supposed to speak to you about. And as I speak here, I don't even know how many minutes I have. How many minutes do I have, Andy? 10 minutes. Okay. So I'm hoping that I'm able to do justice to the topic in 10 minutes. And even if I am unable to do justice to this topic in 10 minutes, that somebody will walk out of this place with something that will help you in the next week, in the next month, on how you're going to build your business. Before I start, I like to say something anytime I come up to speak. And that thing is, soundtrack. All right, they say I'm okay with the soundtrack. Are we okay with the soundtrack? The background music. They think, yeah, off it now. Off it. I can sing, I can do all of this things. So I'm hoping to dish out value. I always say this thing anytime I speak. I always start with God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Most of the times when I talk about power, I make you understand that knowledge is what? Knowledge is what? So the degree to which you know a particular thing will determine to a greater extent how powerful you can be in that space. Now, I say this to say that most persons want to step into the real estate industry. They want to build a real estate business, but they are not interested in going after knowledge. And when we talk about the business scene, it is the knowledge of yourself, the knowledge of your products, and the knowledge of your environment. Now listen, in real estate, when you want to step into real estate and you come to me and you tell me, you need advice, you need mentorship, I tell you something. In the Bible, I'm a Bible student, I'm a child of God. My dad is a pastor, my mom is a teacher. So when I talk, you will see pastor and teaching inside. I tell people one thing. I say, in the real estate space, there is something called times and seasons. Daddy, I'm not lying, right? Now, there is, according to the Bible, there's a time to sow, to plant, right? There's a time to nurture, and there's a time to harvest. Most of us come into the real estate space trying to harvest whilst we're supposed to be sowing. Now, stay with me carefully. I've taught this in most of my trainings, that there is the inception stage in business. If you want to grow business, there is the inception stage, there's the survival stage, there's the impact stage, there's the significant stage, and there's the transition stage. Stay with me. Now, when we talk about the inception stage, we're talking about you are trying to put on an identity. You are trying to put on a personal brand identity that you have not been known for. The challenge we have is that most persons, before I continue, some reasons why most persons don't make it in the real estate space. Write this one down. Number one, they are interested, they are not committed. You can write it down if you want. They are interested, but they are not committed. What this means is that there is a big difference between being desperate and being determined. Somebody who is desperate is willing to cut all corners to make it in a particular space. The one who is determined is willing to go through whatever it takes for him to achieve the desired result in a particular space. What we've had in the real estate space is that we have a lot of young people who step into the scene and they are desperate to chase after immediate gratification instead of legacy. Mr. Maguire said something. He said you can either do business for legacy or you can do business for lifestyle. Lifestyle is that the business is just about you. Legacy is that the business, so in legacy we say we plant trees, the shades of which you know you might never have to sit in. I run a real estate company. I started 2014 because most of the times when we stand before you like this, the first thing is like, I seen this guy. What is this guy go fit talk? I never hear before. This guy is like my son. He's like my grandson. Something. So I've been running a real estate company since 2014 till now. And by the grace of God, I think, let me not say it here so that Eze Maximus will not fight me. I think we have the best real estate company in the whole of River State. You can celebrate if you want. All right. But this is it. At the inception stage, mostly the business is about you. The business is about you. At the inception stage of your business, you are probably your accountant. You are probably your salesperson. You are your customer service experience personnel whatsoever. You are your tech person. You are your marketer. Everything is you. Because at the inception stage, listen carefully, what you will have to give out is necessarily not money. When you start your business out, the first thing you want to give out are three things. Number one is your skill. Number two is your time. And number three is your energy. I am speaking from a standpoint of someone who started business from scratch and built it to where it was now. Because when you start out in the real estate space, you really do not have money to spend that much. And even if you do, I will not advise you to lavish your money into building systems that you do not need. So I mentioned three things that it must be available to you. One is time, two is energy, and three is what? Skill. I say one is what? Two, and three is what? Now, we have people who step into the scene and they are not interested in spending any of these three things. And the first thing you hear them say is that I just need about 10 million naira to start out. What you need to start out is not the money. These three things. When I started real estate in Port Harcourt, I used to put posters. I did flyers and posters. I'll paste them from LL1. Some of you don't know LL. Anybody who knows LL1 here? It's not the one in GRA. LL1. I post from LL1 to Akwajo. I come back. I post to Oyemi. I post like that to Artillery. I come back. I go to Slaughter. I'm going different places. I'm going from E3 to E3 to share my flyers. There has never been a time that I will not visit a new church and I'm not a new member. Every church I attend, are we together now, ladies and gentlemen? Every church I attend, if you are visiting us for the very first time, please come out. I'm out. And I'm wearing a suit. And I'm looking at the father. Daddy, you have seen those kind of members that when they come out, they are just looking at you directly. You say, you. I say the call of God on your life. I say, yes. They say, see me after. I say, even if you don't tell me to see you, I am going to tell a protocol that I want to sow seed. And I want to give it to daddy with my hand. And the moment I appear before daddy, daddy says, so what do you do? Young man, my name is Cornelius Interior Blessing. I'm a realtor here in the city of Port Harcourt. I help people make money from their land and make land off their money. The moment they say, even as the Maximus is a real estate thing, come and meet your colleague. That was the idea. The idea is not for you to start. The moment you think of money as a limiting factor to starting out your real estate empire, it becomes a stop sign. So I've told you the three things you will need to exact. One is what? Time. What do you use your time for? One time a man told me in my church, he said, Cornelius, everything you have is a seed. Where you sow it will determine to a greater extent what you're going to invest at the end of the day. Most of us, we have seeds. Time is our seed, but we're sowing it in the wrong places. That is why I started by saying we are interested in joining the... You have seen Cornelius. You have seen, they call me Africa Landlord, for some of you who don't know. They call me Africa Landlord. You have seen Africa Landlord. You have seen Exe Maximus. You have seen different men. You have seen Oma. Please. Oma is a real estate developer in Lagos. The last time I saw her, she was doing skydiving from a helicopter. Thank God you are alive. We celebrate you. I cannot do that with you. I cannot make money and jump off a helicopter. For what? What kind of adrenaline am I looking for? Okay. So you see all of these things and you become interested, but you're not committed. Okay. Now let me just dive. I don't have so much time. But now let me talk about the practicality of building a real estate business. In building a real estate business, you start by, most of us have come here. In fact, one of the most difficult things to do is to speak after a powerful man of God has spoken. Because you heard the voice, right? Humility. You heard the voice. I want us to loosen up. Oh. Is that okay? Some of you, when you come for a program like this, you think it's the seriousness of your face that will determine what you will take home. It doesn't work like that. Are we together now? It is the feelings that you can attribute to the things you hear that you take home. Is that fine now? So speaking after that kind of voice is a very difficult, and my own voice that sounds like something that cannot rub something. It's crazy. Hey, Daddy. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so are we together now? Now, we have talked about systems here. But most of us do not really understand the practicality of building a system in a business. System comprises three things. One is the people. Two is the tools. And three is the environment. Stay with me. When you start out your real estate business, the first thing you want to build is people. Most of us, what we rush into trying to get are tools. But you do not need tools when you start out. The first set of persons you need to build a business, they've taught us many times, it's one of the business lessons that we've been through, that you need hipster, hacker, hustler to run a business. Hipster is the person who sees the business from the eyes of your customers. The hacker is the person who understands the craft of the business. The hustler is the person who communicates the business to your prospects, anybody. Are we following till now? Okay. Now, these are the three sets of persons you need to start out a real estate business. The worst mistake you will make is that you are still at your inception stage of starting out in business. And the first thing you want to do is to employ people that you will place on salaries. Because someone has whispered in your ear, you know you are the CEO. If you follow what Daddy said here, it is not by CEO, is by result. That I am here with X Maximus. I will not sit down with X Maximus to discuss as a colleague when I see that he has results. The result is not in the title. So the worst thing you would do is to tell yourself, I am the MD CEO Zandoni Realty Limited. So I am going to employ people and place them on salaries. You are going to kill yourself. Stay with me. The first set of persons you need to run the business must be your partners. These people are not in the business based on salary. They have a long-term interest embedded in the structure of the business, such that even in days where you feel like you do not want to continue, they must make you move. Are we together now? Are you with me? I started with the people. Then the next thing is tools. Most of us do not spend money getting the right tools to get things done. Because I went to the hospital. Anyways, my wife just delivered a beautiful baby girl. Yeah. Some of you, when I got married, people, they suffer. People suffer. Everywhere I climb the stage, I said, I just got married. Now that I have a daughter, when I go suffer. Yeah, my baby girl is so beautiful. Yeah, I'll do a billboard for her. Just stay with me. However, I went to the hospital, and when I got to the hospital, the owner of the hospital came in, and he was talking to me, and I'm like, so how did you manage to build this kind of edifice with such beautiful systems and structures? And he said, we spent so much money in getting tools. I mean, they brought one small device that looked like a POS machine, and they bought it for 16.8 million naira, a small device. You enter a real estate company, and the boss is using a MacBook 2022, and every other person in the company is using 1984 IBM. Because most of us will never invest in tools. Now, the next thing we want to talk about systems. Remember, I told you it is people, tools, and what? Environment. If you visit our workspace, you will not even know if we are working or not. Because if you have the right people, you have the right tools, and the environment is not conducive, you are going to run a toxic business. If you have the right environment, you have the right tools, and the people you have in the business, Bible says, can two ever work together except. What this means is that the number one boss of your business must be your value system. If the value system is the boss and you as the CEO, you are under the value system, every other person is forced to be under the value system. What we have is that we have people who run businesses, and the CEO is bigger than the value system. So the CEO says one of our value system is excellence. And you look into the CEO and there's no spirit of excellence. He says one of our values is transparency. And you look into him and there's no transparency. In the world of business, we say your actions speak so loud that we cannot hear what you are saying. The only thing we hear is what if I tell my people that we're coming to work by 8 a.m., they don't burn you where? Are they there by 7:45? If I tell you that mutual respect is a value that all of us must live by, you would, I don't know, right by that cry works with me, right? You will never hear me in the office tell somebody, do you know you are foolish? Do you know? I've never shouted at anybody. We will laugh, and I fire you the next morning. And as I'm firing you, I will be the first to console you and walk you to the keke that will take you home. Because it is our value. Every businessman who is here, who wants to run a real estate business, must place the value above everybody in the business, including yourself. My dad tells me something. He says, integrity is self-induced. Nobody can force you to maintain integrity. You tell yourself, I no go sleep with my workers. No be so. It is you that will tell yourself. Because even if we say don't do it, are we together now? I know that we have a lot of innocent people in there. You tell yourself you will not squander company's fund. So now, like I said, before my time runs out, I said the first stage is the inception stage in business. Do not be at the inception stage and you are trying out things that people that are at the significant stage are doing. You will kill yourself. Now, at the inception stage, like I said, it's just about you. You are a charger. You charge yourself. You move to the survival stage. At the survival stage, you are like somebody that is learning how to swim in a water that has omo, and you don't know how to swim. What this means is that you cannot open your eyes and move. You just hit your hand anyhow. Are we together now? In this survival stage, you begin to create systems and structures. These things that I taught you about now, the people, the tools, and the environment. How do you make this work better? Is by creating a structure. Now, what is structure? Structure has to do with the processes of getting things done in your business. Who handles what? For example, in the world of business, we call it standard operating procedures, right? Standard operating procedures is you will receive clients, you will give it to this person. This person, after this person closes, this person will confirm the payment. After confirmation of the payment, this person will prepare documentation. All of this. Everybody now begins to understand their roles and responsibilities in the business. If you do not grow your business to this point, what you begin to have is overlapping tasks in the business. Are we together now? Are we together now? Remember that I said when you are at the inception stage, what do you have to spend? Time, energy. Now you move to the survival stage. Now, at the survival stage, you are an extension. Other chargers can now connect to you. Why you see the old man in your primary school days selling granuts, and now you have finished university and you visit your village, and that man is still selling granuts, is that he has decided to remain at the survival stage. Most of us, we run the real estate business as though it is about us. How much are you going to make? The moment you sell one property, you collect the money, you squander it, and that is it. How do you now build an empire? You must begin to think of how many persons can survive from this system I'm creating. That is what takes you to the impact stage. There's something that Reverend Kalu here taught me one time in one of the trainings I went for that has really helped me. The different stages of leadership. He taught me the different levels of leadership. The first stage of leadership is leadership by position, right? Position. The second stage of leadership is leadership by permission. The next stage of leadership is leadership by production. Then the next stage of leadership is people development, then pinnacle. Let me try and see if I can explain it the way he did. He said it has helped me a lot in my business. He said the first stage, being leadership by position, is when people follow you because they have to follow you. They follow you because they say, now you be our CEO. Now make they follow you. If you remain at that level in your business can never grow. Except you move to leadership by permission, where people now begin to follow you because they chose to follow you, not because they have to follow you. Are we with me? Are you with me now? Because they chose. Now they have a relationship with you. They've come to realize that our values align. And they think like this person, they think like this. All of us, we're on the same track. Now they chose to follow you, even when they have other options around them. Then he talked about leadership by production. That's the one that Daddy talked about here. This is leadership based on results. People follow you because they see what you have achieved. Now, if you are a leader, if you are a visionary, if you are a CEO in your business, and all you have ended up doing is to just occupy the position and there is no result, the day your people meet someone who has results, they will follow them. Because to them, you are just a colleague. My time is up. Thank you.
Please, can we put our hands together for the African landlord? Mr. Antero Cornelius. Please, one more time, put your hands together for him. Thank you, sir. Every session promises to be very, very impactful. I would like you guys to remain very attentive. We're about to go into the panel session right now. We're about to go into the panel session right now. Mr. Cornelius, I think we'll still need you here. Yes, thank you. Please put your hands together for him. All right. I would also like to invite to the panel session the CEO of Internal Properties. Please put your hands together for OVA Omas. Please. In the building? Yes, okay. Please put your hands together for her. She makes her way. Thank you very much. We also like to make welcome a serial entrepreneur and founder of multi-sector ventures with social impact focus, the person of Barry Suka Lewis. Please put your hands together for. Thank you very much. We also like to make welcome the MD and the CMO of Win Realty Limited, the person of Eze Maximus Chukwu Jindu. Also like to make welcome a serial entrepreneur of SMEs, the person of Peter Odiong. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much. Is Peter Odiong in the building? All right. I'd like to make welcome the person of Mr. James to take over this panel session. Mr. James, thank you very much. Please put your hands together for James.
You should clap for me now. What did I do wrong? Permit me to sit here. I stand in awe of these people. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Martin, James Martin. I have the singular privilege of being... Can I go that way? A singular privilege of being the project manager for the New Money Conference. And I'll be anchoring this panel section. We're going to be straight to the point. Firstly, I will say the African landlord just delivered something mighty. I know you have your questions. So we're going to take your questions. All you have to do is write them down. But then you could channel the question to whoever you want. All right? Everybody you see here is a magnet. My leg is practically shaking right now, sitting down here with these people. So I'll let them blow their trumpet. You can't recently say, don't let anybody blow your trumpet. Otherwise, they'll blow off key. So I'll let them blow their trumpets. Sir, I know you've told us some, so just in a few words, tell us about you, the business and real estate man.
All right. I feel like standing up.
If you stand up, you take time.
All right. So my name is Nteiro Cornelius, and I'm the CEO and founder Zandoni Realty Limited, Empire Nigeria Limited, Colors Media Limited, and Lapid Nigeria Limited. Thank you. Thank you. I stand to be humbled in front of you. I've not had, Daddy has result. I can. Okay, so Empire Nigeria Limited is a private real estate investors network. People who come together, we buy properties and then we sell them and we make profit out of it. Zandoni Realty Limited is a real estate development and sales company. So we develop properties and we sell them. and all of that, the development. LAPI Nigeria Limited is Land and Property Investigation Department. So people who want to buy, other real estate companies who want to buy land, we can perform due diligence for them. We do verification, we do identification and protection of properties in that space. Then the Colors Media is a media agency. I did ICT in school. I studied abroad, right? I told you before. I studied in Ghana. I studied abroad. So the
Ghana is abroad now.
I don't know. I don't know why people are looking at me like that. I flew to Ghana. Yeah. It's just that all my years in school, it was bus I took. But when I was going to chase my certificate, I flew. So I studied abroad, right? Please celebrate. Thank you. So that's it. The media agency happens to manage our social media presence. So we do brand identity creation, management, and communication. Thank you. That's fine. All right.
So it's safe to call you a serial entrepreneur, sir. Ma, you look beautiful, though. Please, let's get to know you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Barisuka, and the group. We're a multi-sector group, media, real estate, events, and basically we're your plug, right? I'm a very big on marketing, and so far, so Forbes top and top 15 of Africa. And what else? Let's just say you can call me your plug and .co. Go there, you see everything. It's a long list. Thank you very much.
Hello, Port Harcourt. Hello, Port Harcourt. All right. Let me not bore you. I would like to first of all appreciate my brother, Mr. Omana, and all the distinguished ladies and gentlemen here this afternoon, and of course, His Holiness. Thank you so much, sir. My name is Eze Maximus. Cornelius have literally used me for illustrations all throughout his speech. And the chief errand boy, I got that from my brother, Mr. Nathan, errand boy of the Win Realty Limited. The Win Realty Limited is actually a real estate company that was founded 3 years ago, and it's a part of a group of companies that caters to the value chain in and within the real estate, hospitality, and agriculture, value chain. So outside the Win Realty, I'm also the chief errand boy for Win Construct, which is an in-house, expertly run construction company that caters to the need of Win Realty and other external clients. For anybody here who wants to build, a long-lasting and very much, excellent construction, the Win Construct is the company you can run to. And of course, also we have another amazing company in-house that caters to third-party sales, more like an agency, a brokerage firm called House 74, which helps people who are looking for properties beyond the portfolio of the Win Realty Limited. The House 74 caters to that, and several other companies, not to bore you. So that is exactly what we are running in the Win Group family. And once again, I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much. Hope to have a wonderful time.
Amazing.
Hello, everyone. So I haven't heard from people seated here with me. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say because I'm doing big things. So my name is Ivie Omas. I like to sell homes. I love money, and money loves me, right? So basically what I do is I broker deals. I sell lovely homes in Nigeria, in Dubai, and in Europe. And I love to teach. So I take you out of trouble by teaching you how to do real estate right. Thank you very much.
Wow.
You guys now understand why I'm scared to be here. The first thing I'll ask, and I ask across board, are you guys first generation or second generation multimillionaires? Because I don't think any one of you would deny it. Are you first generation or you inherited wealth?
I'm not first generation, but you still have the work to keep it going. If you don't work, you lose it. So let's say I'm still working.
Why don't you want to tell us? All right. I think there is a current trend, Nepo Lapo, right? I'm Lapo. Obviously, first generation, and that's the answer to that.
There's a reason I asked that
Lapo too?
question.
So she says she's Lapo too. So.
She's Lapo too. I think he inherited 13 generations of wealth. The reason I ask that question is most Nigerians are striving to be first generation multi-billionaires, right? So how did you do it? Firstly, why real estate? And tell us your story. What numbers have you done? And in a nutshell, how did you achieve it? What is big companies and big things people are saying here?
Okay.
Am I speaking your mind?
Yeah.
Sharp.
If I want to explain it, it will headache you. So, however, I remember someone went for me and they asked, "How did you achieve?" He said, "It's the grace of God." They said, apart from the grace of God, what he says is just God. They pursue him. So I don't want to start with it's the grace of God. However, like I said before, vision becomes clearer with time and exposure. When you step into the scene, I didn't start real estate as far a choice business. I started real estate out of frustration. I told you I studied in Ghana. My dad is a pastor. When I was traveling to Ghana, he was in a very big church. When I got to Ghana, they had moved him to a very small church. Where he was before, his salary was 630-something thousand naira. They had now moved him to a place where the salary was 37,000, a bit 33,000 naira. My school fees was 470,000 naira a semester. So it became difficult for him to be able to meet up with my fee. And for some of us that God loves so much, he takes us through whatever it takes to build us into the person we must become. So then the problem you have, the solution to that problem, and the way you can package that solution and push it on to others so they can pay you for it becomes your first line of business. I didn't have a house to live in when I was in school. And I was on campus. I was living on campus. I would go to the reading bay and rest my head and sleep. In the morning, I enter any of the hostels, beg them, have my bath, go for class. That was my biggest problem at the time. So I thought to myself, if I must be able to get a house for myself, I should be able to raise money to pay for the house. When I called the agent to take me to the house, the agent told me I was supposed to pay 50 Ghana cedis before he would take me to the place. And so I didn't have the 50 Ghana cedis. So I called 4 of my friends and I told them, I am now an agent. I can help you get a house. All you have to do is give me 50 Ghana cedis. And they gave me 50. Some of them said, no, I cannot give 50, I'll give 30. You hear what I'm saying now? So I was able to raise 100 and something Ghana cedis. I went to the agent. I told him, I am now an agent. Yesterday, I was looking for a house. Today, I am an agent. And I said, take me, go and show me all the houses you have so that I can bring people. When they rent, are you going to give me? He said, why not? We're going to split it into 2. So I gave him 50 Ghana cedis out of the 130-something Ghana cedis I had. And it took me to show different apartments. I came back, I told my friends, now I have apartments, come and rent. And they came, one person paid, I got commission from it. Say, who much is given? So I printed more posters and I painted the whole school. So now I became.
What is that? Ma, how many Ghana CDs did you take?
Okay. So I don't know if you ever heard the sentence, what you have. Do what you can with what you have where you are. It means whatever you have, Nokia Express Music, Touchlight phone, whatever you have, start from it. You don't have to be before you start, right? Take myself for an example, right? I'm half. They call me half-baked doctor at home because I was in medical school. My parents did not even know when I left medicine. They woke up one day and my certificate said human physiology. Why? Because I just literally wanted to graduate and I was tired of that. I felt caged. Your dreams are valid. Most times here, I'm not saying you should drop out of school. I'm saying that valid. I figured myself early because I was a butterfly. I was not the typical, you have to be an engineer, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be a doctor. I mean, everybody at home has titles apart from me. So, so my dreams were valid. I figured myself easily because I realized that I was a butterfly. What I mean is that I can come up here and sell anything I want to anybody whenever I want. And they used to call me a plug. You can't ask me for anything, I can't get it for you. Whatever you want, call me. Whatever you want, I'll get it for you.
I want $1 million.
I will help you get it, and you're in the right place anyway. So they used to call me the plug, and I realized that people were calling me for different things. They're coming into Port Harcourt from the States. Suka, where do I eat the best food? Where do I stay? They call me. I want to buy a house. Suka, please, where can I get a house? I'm looking for girls. Suka, where can I? So they just call me. I want a car, everything. I realized that I think I'm doing this thing for these guys. I should just do a course in marketing so I can probably have like a certificate for it and I can use my skill. And I started figuring how to better. I hope you're taking points because I talk randomly. I hope you guys are taking points. So I had to figure out how to polish my skills so it doesn't become a random attribute or a feature, right? I took courses and I went to places, I met people. And you ask me, Suka, I want a house today. I'm like, it has changed, right? And talking about real estate, I think I stumbled into I was a banker, HNI sector, HNI banker for UBS at then. And I had a lot of rich people. I didn't like real estate. I could market anything but real estate at then because I did not like the fact that all a realtor is looking so haggard. I don't want to be haggard like this person. I don't want to be an agent walking about Port Harcourt. And they're always looking tattered. So I didn't want to really identify with real estate, honestly, at that point. And someone was looking for a house one time, and my brother randomly called me and said, plug, how far? One wants a house. How much? He said his budget is 500 million. I said, in Lagos, no problem. I just called some, how far do you have a house? Randomly. It was a random call. Oh, yes, I have. Okay, this is my brother's number, call him. I didn't even interfere with the transaction. I was not interested. I was doing every other thing. And I sat down one day in the house, and I saw credit. It was big, trust me. It was big. So I'm like, why is he sending me this money? Am I supposed to do something for him? I'm like, how far? This money you sent to me is for something, right? He said, that's your money. From where? We sold the house now. What house? Remember the house? So I'm like, oh, wow, you guys make money from real estate. And that's how I'm like, okay, fine.
Wonderful.
Let me just continue.
Okay.
And literally, and I didn't like the fact that I would come home and they're calling me agent. One thing about me, and one thing everybody should know is that appearance matters and how you position yourself and your mindset matters. You don't have to be out there looking tattered. It is how you present yourself. That's how they'll take you. And I come home one day, my mom calls me agent.
What?
An agent. My friend is looking for one house to rent in Iwofe, this, that. I'm like, I'm not an agent. And she's like, oh, but you're an agent. And funny enough, I grew from being that randomly called agent. Right now, they call me financial advisor in real estate.
Okay.
So, hope you're taking points. You guys take points. So, I grew from being a random butterfly to very good in marketing to being an agent. And now, I'm now a financial advisor. What I'm trying to say is that you should start from where you were. Your visions are true. Your dreams are true and valid. But you literally have to groom yourself. And don't let anybody stop you. And whatever they call it, Nepo, Lapo, I don't care. If you want to be a Nepo baby, you can help your generation, like you said. But if you are a Nepo baby, you can do it too. In a nutshell, randomly, Please, you guys, your dreams are valid. This is a very interesting
Wonderful.
industry, but we're growing every day, and you need to polish your skills. Go for seminars. Better.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
So before you answer, please, if you have your questions, I'll have an usher. Sir, fine usher, sir. Can you please help me out with this one? Yes, please give him your question. Write it on a piece of paper. Give it to him. And then I'll attend. Good, sir.
All right. I'm trying to come in such a way that I can relate with the audience. So first of all, everybody that is into real estate is a real estate person, right? There's nobody that was giving birth in Nigeria and they told their parents, I want to be a real estate agent when I grow old or when I'm grown. Nobody is actually growing with that kind of mindset. So everybody in real estate today in Nigeria is accidental. It is as a result of a circumstance that led to a circumstance, and here we are, basically. So for me, and that should also be the same for many of us, and very able to Cornelius' story is that it's as a result of survival, right? Yes, it was hunger, basically. Yes, you know. So my little history, I'm a media person by profession, by expertise. So that actually gave me the entrance into the industry. So the company I was working with before, I was working in the capacity of a tech and IT guy with the company. So while I was working with them, I was quite privy to the little details and the workings of the operations and how all the business is being run. So I was a keen observer, and I'm also a voluntary employee. Like I tried to engage in the different operations in the startup then. So I was doing media, I was doing proposals, I was doing admin, I was doing almost everything. I was doing sales. So I didn't cage myself to just media. I was open to do so much more for the business. And that gave me the uncanny advantage via knowledge that necessitated what I have become today. So when I left after 4 to 5 years of intensive and committed service with the brand, I did an audit of my life. I asked myself, yes, I have the technical know-how of tech, and I now have a robust knowledge of how the real estate industry runs. Which of these has the capacity to help me escape Lapo into Nepo as quickly as possible? And I literally answered myself, and that was real estate. And the journey wasn't smooth, but the good news is I persevered, and I did what Cornelius talked about in his keynote, the inception stage where you are the driver, you are the customer service, you are the salesperson, you are the chief marketer, you are everything. That was the journey. Now we are moving towards impact. And I would say, it's possible for anybody, basically. You understand? It can happen to you too, only if you choose to act and learn, just like Daddy said. So that's basically my story.
Wonderful.
In summary, thank you.
Madam.
So I will try and always keep it simple. So I enjoy doing things, and I'm a salesperson. My role model is Ibuko Awushika, as the mentor now. So you always say that the energy you use in playing small is the same energy you use in playing big. So, but anything I find myself doing, I do it well enough, right? So, yeah, somehow, like I said, everybody, almost most real estate people you see in Nigeria, stumbled into it accidental. So my friend had called that they needed a property. It wasn't making sense to me because I was in Lagos for events. I was going to do an event stuff. So for me, I'm interested in the education part of real estate. I love to teach you to do it right as much as I enjoy the money. And so a random day, someone asked if they could get a house, and they are looking for a house. And every morning, I admire the houses in my friend estate in Lekki. And I said, oh, yes, 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 I can help you get one. So I like to use the word help. So I said, yes, yes. He's looking for an agent. As I said, I can help you get one because I remember one house then. And I asked him for someone that was coming from Port Harcourt. So we're going there. I didn't even ask him. He just said his budget is 40 million. My head just went like 40 million. That is your budget. Are you not a ritualist in my head? How can you want to buy a house 40 million? We thank God for the environment to find ourselves anyway. So I got to the house and the house we wanted to buy and he found out, oh, he loves this property. They said the property is 37 million. I didn't even wait to do the transaction. I just called my friend. Told you, I don't know saying that's what they make up for this life. Oh. So that's how I just made it. Nigerian movie is very wonderful. I don't know that that's the beginning of my problem. Because when we got there, the guy said, oh, he's late. He has to go home. I got his number and I called the developer. And he said, oh, someone paid 3 hours ago. I started quarreling with him. He said, you're a wicked man. You will return that money back. Because I asked someone I want to pay now. He said, no, that am I joking? So I left. I walked the whole of Lekki looking for 40 million naira house for this man. I walked from street to street. That's why I know everywhere in Lagos, by the way. I walked from street every morning. I now have a purpose. What I ever went there to do, they will call me. I said, I'll come to class next week. I will walk from street to 40 million. I'll walk from street to street. But prior to then, my friend had a neighbor that was driving a G-Wagon. And she said, it's real estate, this person, it's real estate. So I walk every street. And then I called this guy one day. He said, sorry, I've traveled to UK. I'm not going to get the property anymore. And I felt so bad. But I now have something very interesting. I walk to different streets and see lovely houses and I document it and I upload them. So anytime I upload it on my WhatsApp, because of the people on my WhatsApp, I'll put the price 150 million. My friend said, your head is not even correct. Who wants to buy this house of 100? I said, me, I don't even know, but let me just be uploading it. But somehow I got interested in real estate. Lockdown came. It was the time of lockdown. And I started studying about real estate. The funny thing is, as I was studying, I created a class and say how to understand real estate. That's how I started the class. And people were enjoying the class. I was learning, and I was teaching at the same time. And after lockdown, someone had called that they wanted me to teach their company. I said, these people don't know that I'm a new person, that I'm learning and teaching, copy and understand and paste. And then I started teaching them. And they paid then, and I started enjoying the journey of real estate. So it was just sell property because I made good money anyway, and I changed my phone then to something better. And real estate has changed my life amazingly, and as in God has been amazing, and I've moved from just selling to people. I also want to contribute to solving the housing deficit in Nigeria, which I'm already doing in the sustainable space. And yeah, education has taken me thus far because I also teach sustainable real estate online in a school in Europe. So yeah, real estate is amazing. And for me, when God say go to multiply on earth, in the context of real estate, I see it as not just selling homes, but also helping people to do real estate right. And it's a journey
Wonderful.
of progress
Wonderful.
for me. Thank you.
Well, because of time, that young man standing there, he's standing there for a reason. All the unleashing I would have unleashed on you, I might not. And I was hoping to get questions from the audience. It seems they understood everything that's been said. So in 1 minute, you have one question. Oh, you can take one question. Okay, let's take. But then my last throw to you, in 1 minute or so, what advice would you give your 15-year-old self if you were to meet that self tomorrow morning? And then share how we can connect with you so that we can learn more. It's not possible for us to exhaust it here. But it's open to everybody. While I have to scrutinize the question before I throw it out.
Okay. It's the same thing I'm doing. I think you're actually where you are meant to be. So I'll tell my 15 years old self to continue to learn more. And exactly what I did. I volunteered, and volunteering that brought me to this point. I mean, from University of Port Harcourt. So be open to learning, volunteer, and I love learning from people like Daddy had said. So if I see my colleague doing well, I don't care. My first craft that got me money in school, I learned from a 9 years old that I go there to grind pepper. Yes, I know how to make shambalas and like knitting and stuff. So I learned from 9, and I was making money in year 1 in school. So available to learn and learn from people that already know this thing. So that's it for me. Thank you very much.
So, in same vein, my 15-year-old, I will tell him to go on that mentorship as quickly as possible. I mean, you cannot even, second guess the effect that mentorship has on people, honestly. And the Igbo apprenticeship system defines it all to its fullest. So find somebody that is doing something better than you that you would like to do when you grow up, and begin to learn as quickly as possible. Whether you are schooling, whether you're not, just get under somebody and learn.
Thank you, sir.
So if I could go back to my 15, I'll tell her to pay more attention to financial literacy. You have to pay attention. You can't pay attention to financial literacy, no matter how small, how big the income is. Get better if you invest properly.
Okay, so if I were to advise my 15-year-old self, I'm going to tell my 15-year-old self to never sit down to discuss with someone who has results as though they are your colleagues. God bless you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's all because of time. This conversation can keep going for 2 hours, but they're still around for a while. They're still around, and they are all online. So you can follow them, ask them questions, and come on, give it up for them. Appreciate them. You can stand up to do it.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I know we have a lot of questions. You can have your seat. Thank you. Thank you. I know we have a lot of questions to ask. Please just write them down. Just because of time, we'll not be able to take all the questions, maybe through microphone and all of that. So just write them down. Please, I would also like to note that we should not leave. Every session is very impactful. And we also have a freebies at the end of the program, which is about 500 square meters of land, which will be shared across board. All right? So just sit tight, relax, because aside learning, aside all of that, you will also be gifted. So just sit down and relax and take every session very personal. We're about to enter the next phase right now, but just before we enter, we have a keynote speaker who is going to be speaking on policies. But turn to your neighbor once more and say, neighbor. Turn to the other neighbor and say, neighbor, money must be made. Yes.
Gentlemen, our next keynote speaker is a trailblazing nation builder from Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. With a solid academic foundation in agricultural economics from the University of Port Harcourt, he has consistently pursued one mission: to create meaningful impact in his community and beyond. In 2023, he boldly stepped into the political arena as an aspirant for the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, a testament to his courage and passion for positive change. Today, he serves as a legislative assistant at the National Assembly, where he has gained invaluable experience in governance and policy making. But beyond politics, what truly sets him apart is his commitment to empowering the next generation of leaders. As the country director for Project Sprint, a youth-led civil society organization, he has championed national conversation on youth participation in democracy and policy advocacy. He has worked with notable lawmakers such as Senator Ned Nwoko on the Data Protection Act, Honorable Mukta Shagaya on banning the commercialization of GMOs. The House of Representatives Youth in Parliament Committee on Tax Reforms, Honorable Clement Jimbo on the Technology Transfer Bill, and many more. From rural communities to national assemblies, he has been on the forefront of some of Nigerians' most critical policy discussions. His story is proof that youth leadership is not the future, it is the present. Please welcome an emerging leader, a voice for the youth, and a driving force for national progress. Israel James. Ladies.
Thank you very much. I'm really not going to lie. It felt good listening about myself. I don't know about you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start quickly by saying a very big thank you to the convener of this very magnificent conference, the New Money Conference. All the new monies in the house, say hi. I can see a lot of money people around, and I would like to quickly step down and take some shots with money first before I conclude. So please, a round of applause for some people. Yeah. So my chief, please let me take some shots with you. Yes. You know, when you have the opportunity to be around people that have money, just, feel free. Oh, please, my CEO, let me take one shot with you. All right. Thank you. All right, so just like the convener, Andy Umana, said earlier, the biggest advantage of this conference is to have proximity around money, and I just expressed that. So if you're still sitting on your seats and you're refusing to socialize with the people that have money, you're missing out too. So I just showed you one. Find time to, mix up with the people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Fasisa. I would really like to say thank you for making out the time to sit in a conference like this. It's not very often to have spiritual leaders, come and discuss with young people and get to sit down to listen to them. And so I've just been told that my time is short. I know people don't like listening to topics like this. But yeah, this is the New Money Conference, and I will be speaking on the topic that's very crucial to maintaining wealth and scaling. And I want to talk about policy advantage for CEOs. And so this message is directed to the CEOs, the money guys in the room. I don't want them to say hi so that you will not spot all of them. I'm saving to talk to them later. I can see Venuputa here. So if you are thinking who is Venuputa, you can come to me. I'll show you who he is later. I'll charge you a bit. So here's the thing. We are here at the New Money Conference to talk about the future. The single biggest force that would ensure that you make money or not, whether your money is stored or not, is not your competitor. It's not the cost of setting up your business. But ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, it is the biggest elephant in the room. The godfather of the market, the government. Drum rolls. So as a politician, I would like to tell you something that's very crucial to most of us who are building businesses, disruptive economies. You need to understand something. Some of the areas and the sectors that we're building in, the regulatory laws around it are quite gray. When I say gray, it's not speaking for you and it's not speaking against you. And as much it can be used or weaponized against you if you're not taking advantage of it. And I would like to communicate that as a CEO, you have a very crucial role to play, in determining the future of your business. And you also need to understand that CEOs like yourself shape the economy of the country. And you shouldn't be far from government, please. Don't see it that government is the tool or the weapon formed against you. We have an idea that we say that Nigerian government is not working. Okay, I would like to agree with you. But Nigerian government is not working because the people who should work with the government are sitting behind the scenes. I'll give you an instance. I sat once in a committee on digital economy, digital banking and electronic banking and digital economy. And I looked around at the people who were in attendance for that conference, and I couldn't find a couple of fintech CEOs there. Yeah, and nobody was speaking for them in that room. And that's a problem. Because when you, who understands the industry, you're not there, to speak to those who are going to create the regulation that guides your business, decisions would be made on behalf of you, but not for you. Yeah. Pay attention to that. Decisions would be made for you, will be made on behalf of you, but not for you. And so you have to understand the role you play as a CEO. You're not just to make money, but you are shaping the economic picture of the country. And you have a responsibility. Most CEOs sometimes try to say, oh, I don't like to associate with all those government people. You know, they are always asking for one thing or the other that I can't possibly give them. Ladies and gentlemen, again, drum roll, let me introduce to you. It's not true. You have to learn to communicate. The first job of a CEO is communication. You know, he communicates to his team, the people who sets up what he's doing. And so communicating with government shouldn't also be difficult. If you can put up a team to set up something very magnificent like you guys all do, talking to government should not be one of the difficult things, you know, you plan for. Put yourself in the position to talk to government officials. Make it an opportunity to gather like minds in your industry, hold conferences and summits. Maybe we can have sub-summits from the new conference dedicated to the real estate sector, to the AI, maybe to Bitcoin mining and the rest of the other disruptive new economies that are coming up. And when you have this opportunity, you engage them. You are now sitting in the room making the decisions that would work for you. Yesterday at the mixer, when I sat with Ven Oputa, this was the quote I wanted to give, but he took it from me. So I'm just borrowing it now so that we will not argue. When it comes up, he will not say my own quote. Policy creates new markets. And as CEOs, I would like to say this to you. Please and please, don't shy away from government. Make it a very essential part of your building that you have an arm that is dedicated to discussing the policies that regulate the industries you are thriving in. Because if you don't, someone is going to do it on your behalf. And like I said, he won't do it for you. Some of us remember the shock of 16 during the Buhari administration when the government came up and said in quote that cryptocurrency is fraudulent. And all of a sudden, people lost millions. I know a couple of people who their accounts were freezed. They had a couple, multi-millions, hundreds, and in tens of millions. Do you know why? When they were discussing the regulation for cryptocurrency, the guys that are the big dogs in the industry were not there. And so somebody made a decision on behalf of them and not for them. And I wouldn't like to see tomorrow that Bitcoin is not thriving and my brother there who makes $60,000 a day now has to go back to the village and start farming. Sorry, farming is not a bad thing. But I mean, he had an industry he was thriving in, but having to go back because of a simple thing he could have just adjusted by having the right communication with the right people wasn't done. And so I want to close by saying this. Please and please, the government can work for you if you make it do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Please put your hands together for the politician. Thank you. I love what I'm seeing. I love everything happening. Please, one more time. If you know you have questions, please write them down. I've gotten some. If you know you have questions, please, we're having another panel session. If you have questions, write them down. We'll collate and we'll ask your questions so that people can get them answered. I'd like you to look at your neighbor one more time and say, neighbor. Look to the other neighbor. Say, neighbor, money must be made. Yeah, I know most of you are looking at me and asking, what's this fine boy doing as an MC? Well, I'm a graduate of Covenant University. Yes, I think you guys will clap for me. Come on. Yes, first class of building technology, and I also have a second degree in civil engineering. Yes. I know your one is, in case you don't find me very impulsive, please find me work. Yes. You know, Covenant University students, you know how we are. Very, posh, very calm, collected, So I brought one of my schoolmates. I brought him to Uniport. You know, if you live in Port Harcourt very well, you understand that there are some linguas we have in Port Harcourt. Hello? Hello? Yeah, so I carry one of my schoolmates. We go Uniport. As we perform finish, now so the guy calm down. Person tell him who goes. You know, covenant picking, they say now misplacement in English. Say it's not who goes, it is where are you going to. So the guy buried on next week Friday. It's crazy. So you have to understand the environment you are so that you can know how to communicate with them, right? So try as much as possible to understand this environment, network with people, know people that are around you, because evidently you will get to make use of those connections in years to come. Please, one more time, put your hands together for yourselves. Please, can I have Nana on stage now? Yes.
I don't want you to the waste my time. I don't know wait till it's all over. This life is a gift from the Most High. That is why I'm thankful for all I have. That's the fast life. Really.
So, before you do why you're here, please. Nana has Ghanaian blood in her. I heard when Tero Colinus was talking about Ghanaians. Please tell them that you're from Ghana. Let them really know who you are. Which part of Ghana are you from? Maybe Tero might know where you're from. Yeah, they want to know. Tell them.
Okay, I'm from South Point, Central region. Where the
Okay, that side they say Charlie.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next we have our keynote speaker on finances, and I'm talking about Charles Avis, right? And he is, sorry about that, founder of First Pay Technologies. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause.
Please put your hands together for
Mr.
Charles Alvis, please. Thank you very much. You can do better than that. Come on.
Hello. Hello. Please put a round of applause for yourself. Whatsoever you don't celebrate will depreciate. We live in a world of polarity. Please clap for yourself. The reason being that there is other substitution to what you should be doing that is not here, but you have decided to be here. And that's a good decision. And another round of applause for Andy Umana. You know, there's a saying that in life, you can either be close to poverty or to wealth. And the result will always show in your bank account. Which are you? All right, so today I have a lot of things to say. In 2008, let me just give you a brief background. I've been an entrepreneur for like 23 years, right? And I can boldly say I am deflectively laporized. And I grew up from a very, very humble background. In 2008, I stumbled on something that really profoundly changed my life. And that, was the year that set out quite a number of things that I have come to do today. So there are 4 ways to make money, I discovered, right? And over the time, I get to learn that there's another additional way in which you can make money. So the first one, which I will be talking about, I actually did a slide. Don't worry about the slide because it's almost like a master class. And for the interest of time and respectfully to other, members of, guest speakers that are supposed to speak, so I would like to keep it short. So the first way you can make money is through your time, right? Through your time. So for someone with a very humble background, right? I went to the farm. Going to the farm, you wake up by 4 a.m. By the time you are getting to the farm, it's around 2 p.m. And I'm not kidding, right? That's how far it is. And when you are coming back with a whole lot of loads, right? Such that we have many stops. And you don't go to the farm same day and come back the same day, right? You go to the farm and stay in the farm for like a week or two because of that level of distance, right? And such was my experience. And then I see what and how far I've come from such a little village in Kogi State, where I had such a very, very, very deflective experience. I used to say deflective because life has given you 48-0. You get what I'm saying? Number one, when you are coming to this world, you just come to Nigeria. 10-0, right? And then they decide to born you in Kogi State. Another 20-0, right? And then in a very thick village. So I have seen an evolution of what I call nothing but pure grace, right? And today, I run FusePay. We're in 22 countries. I process millions of dollars in transaction. And not just that, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I own a food processing factory. We hold about 9 LiveDuck licenses. Last year, we did over 1 million donuts, and we have expanded this year. All right, and that is just a little bit about what I do. I have other chain of business as well, right? So the first way you are going to make money is your time, okay? And if time is the question of trade here, what do you put into time? Okay, so which means, which is why I say you should clap for yourself, that the first investment you are ever going to make in your life is the quality of what comes into your mind, right? You can never be greater than what you know. What you don't know will always cheat you. I'm going to say it again. You can never be greater than what you know. And what you don't know will always cheat you. And that's why, learning is such an important element to growth. Because learning is a developmental process in which you substitute the abundance of time that you have with value, right? So you have the option to be somewhere else, either playing, station or whatever it is, or you're here and you're listening. So the first way you make money is your time. But now, there's a problem with making money with your time because you are only limited to just 24 hours. I work about 18 hours every day, by the way, right? And I've been doing that for like 20 years. But the whole thing is that what happens when you cannot work? Because the body itself is not a machine. Even machine breaks down and needs some servicing, right? If you're driving a car, you need to do some servicing over time. So you are now limited to the capacity of what you can do within the spectrum of that time interval, right? So then the second way to make money is making money with other people's time. So in 2008, I went to a conference and they said, what can you do to collect 1 naira from 1 million Nigeria? I'm talking about 2008. 1 million naira was such a huge amount of money because I have over 60 skills, which serendipitously happened, not like I intentionally did them. I've gone to work series of jobs from bricklaying, to painting, to, electrical work and all of that. And when I go out, they will pay me 350 naira for a day job, right? For you to know what 1 million naira is. And all my savings in the entire month is just 3,000 naira. All my savings in the entire month was just 3,000 naira, right? But I understood. So I'm going to say this. I know a lot of people say that, Nigeria is hard, okay? You will not make money if you find a reason to explain why you are not making money. I'm going to say that again. You will never make money if you always find a reason why you can't make money. And this is about mindset change. Because a lot of the results outside that are around us, it's already evident that there are 1 million reasons why you shouldn't make money. And that is always factual, right? But you have to do something different, right? And it is not about convenience. So yesterday I was telling someone, by the way, I lived in Port Harcourt for 9 years, and I was telling the person that, that the first time I came to do some pitches, right, to my first investment, I walked from the Port Harcourt airport to Transamadi, right? I used to brag that I have PhD in psychology. I don't know, you know what I mean? So, and now we are at different levels. Some people, have the opportunity to have a maze, while some people have to start from a very, very deflective state. But I want you to understand that God, in its own magnanimousness, is always perfect in all those doings. Because for me, I have done consulting. I consulted for brands like NireBet. I branded NireBet, by the way. That's a couple of years ago. I did some consulting for StarTimes. But all of those things didn't come by mistake, right? They came because of all of the experiences that I have gone through. So which means wherever you are, right, there is something very, very important in your story that is unique, that is going to be very, 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 very essential in your journey to transformation. But why at it? Number one, you have to increase your capabilities, right? And I'm talking about gross competence. I mean, gross competence. You have to be insanely good at what you do. You have to read books that are not interesting, right? You have to, know about mathematics if what you are doing cut across that divide. You have to do things that are not palatable to do. Because according to the influence spectrum, the higher the skill you acquire, the lesser the people that will contest for the opportunity in that region. I'm going to say that again. The higher skills you acquire, the more competent you become, the lesser people will be in those regions to compete for the opportunities in that space. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So, which means the more deeper you go into subjective understanding of a particular industry, the more you are automatically outsmarting people, relatively, right? Because whether you like it or not, you are either moving forward or going bad. Because we live in a world of polarity. Either you are close to poverty or you are close to wealth. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So whether you are making decision or you are saying that I'm still planning, and that indecision itself is a decision, or someone will say your ability to say to not reject something is an automatic acceptance. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So which means after you have invested much of that into your time, you now need to think, how can you employ other people? What do you do by employing other people? It means you have the ability to what? To multiply yourself. So a 24 hours that you have is now 48 hours, and then you can now do more productivity. And when you do that, you now go into different conversations around leadership, management, delegations, and all of that. Then the other ways you can make money is through investment instruments. So today is about real estate and all of those things, right? Real estate is such an investment instrument that has helped quite a number of people to do that. But there is a strategy to do it. I have seen quite a number of people do real estate. They just jump into it and think that when you have money, you just go and buy property. Okay, there's a science to how real estate multiplies, right? And I heard Cornelius was talking about co-investing. So we've seen some of strategy where people will gather themselves and be able to buy property in a strategic location where within a couple of years that can multiply in value. Okay, so that's why the quality of people you have in your life also matters. All right, so using investment instrument is the third thing. Then the fourth way to make money is building a machine. So in 2008, I set out that I was going to build a machine, and I have done quite a number of different businesses that have failed across the spectrum. But yes, I want you to know that in science, they don't call failure failure. They call it empirical data, right? But in life, we call it failure. And then we develop a taboo that failure itself is negative. Meanwhile, failure itself is a stepping stone to whatsoever is that is the expression of knowledge and wisdom they're going to have in that particular industry, right? You see people who come here and they, and they speak their mind, they speak their perspective and experience. See that experience. If they tell you what it cost them, right? At a particular point in time in my life, I lost almost about 8 million naira. And I was discussing with someone yesterday about, a kind of, hacking that we experienced, which cost almost about 25 million. I was just saying it casually, right? And I can confidently tell someone that, oh, if you're building your infrastructure, don't do it like that, right? But see that, don't do it like that. That's my 25 million naira, right? So in life, there are things that you need to hold very, very cogently. The value, if you have the resources to pay for something, the purpose of that resources is for two things. Write it down. The purpose of that thing, of that resources, for two things. Number one, so that that resources can achieve the purpose that you want it to do. Then number two, so that that resources can pay for the school you failing at it. I'm going to say it again. If you put your money into something and you have like 100,000 naira, you want to do a business, right? And that business fails, that's a school fees, all right? And which is one of the things that a lot of people don't understand about risk management and how to embrace loss, right? People lose money and then, no, I'm not doing it again. No. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. And you don't get better by doing simulating mathematical expression on how to solve water. You know how to solve water by being in water. I don't know if you can say. And you don't get better if you don't fall. You fall, then you understand how the wave and the current of the water moves, right? And with time, your body in itself, in a feedback loop system, adjusts and you get yourself to a balance, okay? So loss in itself is not negative integer. It's a positive integer. So, and that is why for people who are students of science, right, they tell you experiment. And you can do like 1 million experiments. Today, thanks to Thomas Edison, we have this light. But that is about over 999 failures, right? But in science, they call it empirical data. So feedback loop system is what makes you to learn, right? The fifth thing on how to make money is to create systems. Today, I was supposed to talk about how do you transfer money to your generation and what are the profound ways and methodologies that you can use to actually do that, right? So you make money with your time. When you make money with your time, the key things you want to do is to do savings as much as possible. Sometimes it is not about cutting down your standard of living. It's about skilling up. When you skill up, you give yourself the opportunity to make more money. But if your environment in itself does not support to the reward of your skilling up, then you cut down, right? That is now sacrificial. And that is the strategy you need when you are on that 0 to 1. When you now have, the opportunity, if your environment is not paying you. I was in corporate for 9 years, respectfully speaking, right? And, in 2013, I was far ahead. What becomes Paystack was an idea I already had in 2013. I was talking to Glow, but I was in Port Harcourt. Decisions were not made here, right? So I have to meet someone who have to, speak, and guess what? The way innovation works, the people who are the branches understand operational innovation, right? The people who are the headquarters are the ones who move the needle and the direction and the dimension of industry, right? And I was here for 9 years, and I missed the entire wave of the entire fintech, right? Now, my company is in 22 countries, and I moved in 2020, started in 2021, raised over $250,000 to build the entire infrastructure. And then between 4 years and now, we're in 22 countries. Location. You can never be greater than the location where you operate. The maximum amount of resources within a particular location is directly proportional to the the amount of money that can come to your purse, right? Relevant to the degree and the relevance of your skill in that particular spectrum. So if you are in an environment where you can skill up and they compensate you, glory be to God. But if you are not in that environment, you need to shift your location, because there is nothing that is cheap and there is nothing that is expensive. It's just a matter of who is paying for it. And you now realize that the amount of money people pay right now, I have lost the subjective, context of what is cheap, right? Because before I realized that, sometimes you realize that if you drive cars, right? Maybe you're not driving before. When you get to those junctions, there are very, very cheap things you can buy. But the moment you begin to drive cars, trust me, You are forced to go to supermarket because when you were not driving cars, bus stop, they don't just pay for that that place, and then you just buy what you need to buy. But if you have a car, you now realize that where you need to go and park to come back, right? You now start thinking about, your safety and all of those things, right? So which means nothing is cheap, nothing is expensive. It's a matter of who is paying for it. So when I was doing the branding of Naira Bread, at a point, the highest money I've ever charged for branding was 150,000. I had a friend who was a sales expert in Lagos. He said I should charge 20 million. Guess what? I was not confident enough to do that, right? He said, go back home. Use this weekend to convince yourself that you are worth 20 million. All right? A lot of you, the reason why you are not making money is because the mindset about making money in itself is retarded. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. You cannot make what you don't think you can make. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. First, you need to shift the ceiling of your thinking. Let it be insanely ridiculous. Such that even if you fail, you are landing on a very, very pedestal that is even much more than who you were before, right? And then guess what? I charged 10 million naira, right? I ended up designing a logo for about 7 million naira, and eventually got a job to do entire rebranding across different markets, over 100 million, right? Why? Because I spoke to the right person. The place you find yourself, right, will determine how much resources. The first speaker said that the reason why we are here, I'm on this page, is because we know the speaker. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So proximity is equal to assignment. You can never be assigned to what you are not close to. If you are close to poverty, that's why you don't have money. If you are close to wealth, you will always see information. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Let's say if you can have an opportunity now and say, oh, let's assume that one of your friends just become, had a political appointment. Who do you think he's going to call? He's going to call you and say, if you come and do this, blah, 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 and all of those things. And that's it. But the question is your concept of relationship. You have to change it, right? And this is why you have to level up. Go to places where you don't have guts. You need audacity, insane audacity. In Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. All right, so next on entertainment. But before that, let me ask this question. How many of us have been to Africa's biggest food festival? I'm talking about Bole Festival. So ladies and gentlemen, joining us. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, joining us on stage today, we actually have Nonso Uwa. Now, for a lot of us who have been to Bole Festival, you actually can relate to this. He is the visionary behind the Bole Festival, Africa's biggest food festival, transforming Port Harcourt's iconic delicacy into an international brand experience. His journey reflects the powers of culture-driven entrepreneurship. He has successfully built a movement that combines tourism, food, culture, and business growth. Ladies and gentlemen, Nonso Uwa.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, my name is not Iwu, not Iwa. Yes, so not say with my name. Please permit me to sit. I've been doing a lot of run around this period. Our event is next week, so I'll just like to have a seat and talk to you guys. Thank you so much. So I'm happy to be here. Andy called me and he told me, Nonso, I'm doing one conference. I said, Andy, which conference is that? He said, New Money Conference. I said, okay. And I said, I want you to come. I said, come and do what? That period is my event period. Everything in my head right now is bole, 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 bole. He said, anyhow, just come. Yes, I said, okay.
no wahala. And I asked him, okay, what am I coming to talk about? Say, Baba, can't drop quotes, can't drop quotes. Baba, can't drop quotes. I said, show me, can't drop quotes. You get, he said, you know, saying that you get entertainment, come drop something. I said, okay, no wahala. But all in all, I'm happy to be here. Like I said, my name is Nonsoewu, and I'm an entertainment entrepreneur. I'm the CEO of Bole Festival. I'm building House of Bole Nigeria Limited. I'm also building Noni Entertainment. I'm also building Ticket Nation, and I'm partners to some other businesses. So, Bole Festival for us has been a journey, and it's a journey that I would say, even as a company, we did not know we are going to get to where we are. She mentioned African Food Festival. We are no longer a food festival. We prefer for now, because things always change, we are Africa's hottest festival. It's not easy to rise between 2016 and 2024. This year is 25. We don't know the numbers that will come. But between 2016 and now, we've risen from 200 attendees to 35,000 attendees. So when we started our festival, we know how brands always say, Port Harcourt, that city, they break bottle for there. That swamp, a whole lot of things. But right now, whenever we are doing the festival, at least 2 weeks, a week to the time, Port Harcourt is always full. People see here as a tourism destination during the festival. A whole lot of things happen. A lot of people plan their events, just like Andy did during the festival period. So plenty of people take their time now to make sure that that period is a happening period in Port Harcourt. So for you that don't know, next year, you can look for a way to fix your program close to the event. A lot of people will be in town. And just so you know, that period is also holiday period. So you know that children are back home. A lot of schools have closed. For most of the federal universities, that is when they have their SUG programs. Some of them are preparing to write their exams. Some of them are almost done with their exams. So we factored most of all these things inside. And brands told us back then, oh, this thing you want to do in Port Harcourt is not something we are looking at. And I started hearing stories. People, some brands I spoke to, they said some years back, some people carried bottle and broke their MD's head. Some people, so different things. So you know, when you have this kind of stories written down on reports, it will be like, from that town, now Woski town, nothing will happen for here. But for us, I told myself and my team, we need to grow this brand. We want this thing to be beyond just the Bole. We want to use Bole to brand the face of Port Harcourt. And we started small, 2016, one step at a time, 2017. And now it's a festival that people are looking forward to. And one thing you must know, it's still a journey. Most of the time, we see a lot of reviews on social media. It's something I'll tell you. We always see those reviews. For those who have attended, you will see that we try to make sure we listen to everything everyone drops, just to make sure we make it that festival for everyone to attend. Now, if you ask me, when I started, if this festival will give me money, I will tell you No. You can go to my Facebook, you can go and look at my throwback. My throwback, and you look at me now. I've not gotten to where I want to be, but I know we will get there. I started it single, I'm now married, and I know with time, more things will come. But I can tell you for a fact, Bole Festival is now, we are now on our own. When I mean on our own, it is a business that is moving very fine now. We broke even 2 years ago, and I will say we will continue to grow and make sure that it becomes very lucrative. For us as an organization, like I said, we always listen. There are things when we started we did not know how to do. We had to learn. When I mean learn, we took different trainings. For me, I went to do my master's in the UK, and even when I told my friends what I'm going to do my master's on, some of them are like, this kind of thing. I say yes. Now me, they see where this thing they go. I did my master's in event management and festival planning. So I am a full event manager, and that is what pays my bills. So anything about event, bring it to me, whether it's the New Money Conference, anything at all. I am a consultant. That is what pays my bills. And I told you we are building non-entertainment. What non-entertainment does is event consultancy services. We consult for events anywhere at all. Lagos, Abuja, anywhere. That's what we do, and that's what we've been doing. So Andy said I should drop quotes, and I must drop quotes. Because he said, if you don't drop quotes, you won't stand up from here. I know my time is up, so I'm going to give you guys quotes. So I wrote down something which I always tell my team. So I just give it to them as a short form, but for the sake of this conference, I just made it a little bit longer. So money is a tool, but vision is the engine. If you dare to dream, commit to the grind, and stay consistent. Consistency is everything, anybody, no matter business. If you start working with Andy today or you work with anybody, and you think maybe you made 100 million today, that money will finish. The only thing that can keep you going is consistency. Even the smallest idea can grow into a global platform. Bole Festival, some more idea. We've grown into a global platform. So what I'm just going to say, whatever you're doing, just stay consistent at it. The money will come. If the money comes, just know that the money can finish. The only way that money can remain is you being consistent at what you do. I have someone here, my friend Yvier. I've known her years, even when she was an usher. Yvier have remained consistent in what she's been doing, and that is the only way this money is going to come. So I'll leave you with this. Money is just the seed. Consistency is the harvest. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, can we put our hands together for Mr. Morris? You. Thank you very much, sir. We really, really appreciate it. We love what you're doing for the city of Port Harcourt, putting Rivers State on the map, putting us globally. Please, one more time, put your hands together for. How many of you used to be a part of Bole Festival? How many of you? You've ever been part of Bole Festival? Signify by raising of hands. How many of you? How many of you will be part of this year's Bole Festival? All right. So, any free tickets for them? Is it what? 20 free tickets. Wow. 20 free tickets. You see, I'm a man of God. It's just that people look down on my anointing. Should I preach? Should I prophesy? That's the problem. So 20 free tickets, right? Should I pick them now? 20 free tickets for the 2 days. For the 2 days. Wow. 20 free tickets. This is the time you will love your MC. You guys were not clapping for me since. All right. If I be a man of God. Okay, so how do we do this now? How do we do this now? 20 free tickets. 20 free tickets. Nana, will you help me? Go and pick 2 people. Pick 2. Just 2. Let's start with 2. People that will stay to the end of this beautiful conference. I think they will also get free tickets. Pick 2. 2. Anybody? Don't pick any of your Ghanaian friends, please. Nobody from Ghana. Pick Nigerian. Who? She. Please come out. Please put your hands together for her. Women supporting women. All right, who again? Okay, now you've changed gender. Okay, please come out. You know Nana before? You know her before? Please come out. Okay, I think you should pick an extra 2. Pick an extra 2. Who? Okay, please come out, sir. Please come out, sir. No. Okay, yes, sir. Yes, come out. Okay, you can make it 3. Let's do this. People are smiling at Nana now, all of a sudden. When we started this program, you guys were not smiling. All right. People are calling you fine girl now. They pick me. Okay, how many more? Okay, yeah, 2 more. Just 2 more. Then we move to the next session. All right. 2 more, right?
It's Albert on the beat.
Are we done, Nana? How many do we have now? Please, can I have any of the ushers help me? I need their names, please. Any facilitator or any of the ushers, please get me their names, please. We'd like to move to the next session very quickly. You can help me. Help me, their names. I need their names. How many are we here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, right? 8. Where's the 8th person? He's behind. Please, can I get their names? Just take them behind. Take them behind and get their names. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we have 8 of them. So we'll get 12 people before the program comes to an end. Up next, we're about to enter another panel session right now. I would like to have some of the amazing speakers come on this panel list. But before we do that, I think we should have some questions answered for one of our real estate moguls that spoke. Someone is asking here. I think I'll direct this to Miss Ovie, right? Evie, not Ovie. Evie Omas. My apologies. Evie Omas. All right. How long did it take you to build wealth in real estate? How much of that time was due to ignorance? What is a roadmap to not make those same mistakes? Did you get the question? Should I go over it again? Should I? Okay.
So I think it's 3 questions in one. To avoid mistakes, how long? So I didn't know that I mentioned that I created wealth. It's a journey. How long did it take? So for me, I've been a very dogged person. So even if I get into the oil and gas space or energy, or even if I sell camphor or mosquito net, I'm just going to make it because I've been able to understand sale is life and is a life skill. So I have been selling a lot of things and building myself. So getting into this space, I can't say how long. It's just how long I was willing to learn. Right? So being in this space is about 4 years plus. But prior to that, I was doing events and I had an event outfit in Port Harcourt, which is still here. We had to cater for different weddings and a lot of things. And I mean, a lot of things. I've been building myself. I had worked with MTN for a while, partnered on there as a contract. And so I've been in the services of this industry. So coming into the real estate space is learning to do better. And I can't say how long. I've been in sales and services for a long time. But in real estate, 4 years plus, ignorance, 2 years, and getting it better. It struck me in 2022 when my client almost lost over 100 million because someone has given us a document that was wrong. I didn't see it because it was an oversight and the details, the devil is in the details. So I didn't read it. I just felt it wasn't my job to do that. It was the lawyer. And when the thing escalated, I had to pay attention. It took me to court, coming back. I won the case anyway. We got the right document. But from then, I teach some lawyers on what to do. Because if you give me a document right now, it takes me 1 week to respond to you. So I have brands, multinational consulting me for their documentation because I pay utmost attention to it right now. So I can say in ignorance, 2 years because I just wanted to make sale. But because the more you want to make that huge amount of money, you want to stay in the business and pay attention to it. So I think it's about how fast you can learn, but you don't always necessarily need to get into trouble. Other people's experience and you're willing to learn is what can make the difference. Thank you.
I want to believe that whoever asked this question, because there's no name attached to it, has gotten an answer to that. As time goes on, we'll keep asking the questions that we all have here. So we're about to move into the panel session right now. I would like to invite the convener, the person of Mr. Andy. Is in the house. Mr. Andy, can we have you? Can we have Mr. Andy? All right. Can we also have Mr. Charles, the financial expert that spoke? Mr. Charles, are you still in the building? Let's also have Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles. Let's have Mr. Charles. All right.
And can we have Mr. Bright? Mr. Bright.
All right. We'll make this very quick and very short. If you're just joining us, this is the panelist session for finances, and we want to get to know and ask very vital questions. But just before we ask any questions, we'd like to know what you studied in school. Is that what you're currently doing? Did you major in what you're currently doing? I'd like to know from each and every one of us. But let's know Mr. Barry Dakar first. Let's know you. I think apart from you, every other person has spoken. I think they know them. So let's know you, sir. Then you can tell us what you're studying, what you're currently doing. Is it what you studied in school?
Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh. Okay, my name is Bright Barry Dakara. I lead operations and administration at Empire Nigeria Limited. That's my boss, African Landlord. I also run a consulting firm called Brimers Consulting. We've been running the business since 2020. We used to focus on branding, management consulting, strategy.
I thought you guys would clap for.
And so that's basically all there is to me.
All right.
I also run a small community that I'm trying to build. It's called the Growth Tribe. It's basically for young people like myself. I'm way very young. I'm young.
Yes, that's the CEO of the Growth Tribe.
People like myself that are looking to build impact, build wealth, and with finish.
My name is
Mr. Andy. Mr. Andy, don't do this. Don't do this.
I'm on the panel, so yeah. I like to introduce myself.
All right,
My
okay.
name is Andy Umana, and I'm saying it this way so that it does what? Sticks. Right? My name is Andy Umana, and I'm the MD and CEO of Rosify. Essentially, Rosify is a real estate tokenization platform. So what we do is reduce the barrier to entry for real estate investing. That is allowing anybody and everybody, right, invest in real estate with little as 50,000. If you go out there, you see we have an ad there, we have a stand there that says that invest in Banana Island with as little as 50,000, right? Again, what we are projecting, the narrative we are trying to change is that as a collective, we can be wealthy. You can start exactly where you are and build your wealth from ground to the top using real estate. My name again is Andy Umana. And I'm saying it again because I wanted to do what? Because my intention at the end of this conference is to have done what? Move you from where? Point A to point B. B being a better place. Thank you so much.
The question of, are you currently working as what you studied?
Oh, so I went to the University of Ilorin. I've done my MBA in the University of Imo State University, and I'm nowhere in sight of what I'm doing. But that does not say that I won't get to what I studied. Right? I'm doing real estate, and because of my knowledge in geology and all that, and that is the reason why I'm trying a lot of things to infuse sustainability as a thing into whatever project we are doing. We have a couple projects across Nigeria, and whatever we'll be doing, the knowledge that I had from studying geology would be passed into those projects because, again, I went to school for 5 years and it wasn't for nothing. It might just be to have shaped me or to have given me a relationship that I have right here and all that, right? But yeah, it's going to definitely show in who I become. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Charles. So, okay, let's hear Mr. Barry Dakar first. Yes, I think he didn't answer the question of yes what you're currently doing. Is that what you studied in school?
I studied microbiology.
Wow.
I studied microbiology. That's my BSc. I am currently starting my MBA in finance. So yes, maybe what I studied. But then basically the truth is that education is not necessarily supposed to be where what you study is not necessarily supposed to be where you stick for life.
Sure.
It's necessary just to create a platform for how you jump to where you're supposed to be. So like I heard somebody say that he employs first class just because he's able to see their work ethics. For you to get in first class, you're working hard. So yes, maybe I'm not practicing what I'm studying, but then the knowledge and the background or the experiences I had from being in River State University where they will point you gun. I was pointed the gun several times. Build something in me.
Oh, arrest you.
Yes.
Arrest you students. Are you seeing your alumni?
Right.
All right, so Mr. Charles.
All right. Hello. Okay. All right. Once again, my name is Charles. Well, like I said, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I didn't study business, but in my company as a CEO, I still do like system architecture, which is still related to computer science, right? Yeah. So I have that then I run a food processing company, and I had no idea about how to bake a dime right. I just got the right competence. I understand the economic of scale. And then, so I run a fintech arm of a bank. Yeah, I don't have a background in bank.
Okay, so this question, I think a lot of people would really relate to it. This is for you, Mr. Charles. Now, many young people say, I don't have much capital, enough money to start a business with, okay? Now, realistic, to you, how can someone begin their wealth building journey with little capital?
All right. Capital is an illusion, right? Money is an illusion. There's a book on how to print money, okay? If you think the money you pass from one place to the other is the real money, then you're already trapped, okay? So if money is not the paper that you exchange, then what is money? Money is the flow of value. And value is based on needs. The greater the needs, the more value will be placed on needs. That's why you don't go to hospital and price Panadol. You know what I'm saying? Because from there, cross go heaven. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. The higher the need quotient, the more the value. So to answer the question directly, is if you don't have enough skill, or you are not in an industry where you can immediately trade or have capital to start a business, you are not supposed to be talking about anything in that regard. Guess what you're supposed to be? You're supposed to be a plug, right? I saw this wonderful woman that said that, I don't know whether she's married, but respectfully, a lady said she's a plug. And what's a plug, right? Do you know that there are some people you call, each time you call them, please, I need something, they always have a contact. You can start from there, right? It's called Jama. Eh? And you can be an expert of curating contacts. Do you know that someone, when you go back home, someone needs something that someone here actually has, or you don't know, right? Connect with them. Collect contact. What do you do? Real estate, put them. What do you do? Furniture, put them, right? And as people express their need to become a tax collector, I'm a tax collector. I process payment. For every payment that happens, I take an average of 1%, 1.5%, depending on what happens. I'm a tax collector. But guess what? I don't need to be in the industry. I don't need to do the business of this and that. But in as much as you're moving money across border, I they drop your money, right? so you have to also be someone like that. You don't have capital. Guess what? Growing up, when I was building my business career, always turn your customer your friend, because that's how you upgrade from your poverty next grade. Because the chances that people that will give you job are richer than you, always 100% higher. So people who give you job are richer than you. Be sensible enough to give them value so that they become your friend. Guess what? Once they become your friend, they no longer give you job because you are competent. They give you job because it's sentimental. Just the way he called me here out of sentiment. You get what I'm saying? Even though say I did drop code.
Okay, so over the years, I think a lot of us, or I won't say us because I'm not part, so a lot of people have been victims of Ponzi scheme. I think a lot of people have currently relate to it. And there was one recently which people lost a whole lot of money. So I would like to know from you, what is your take?
CBEX.
Yes, exactly. What is your take on Ponzi scheme?
So it is quite unfortunate. So there's no fast way to make money. The only fastest way is slow and steady. I don't know if you know. So, of course, a lot of people are making attempts to invest. Right. But the red flags are always there. And I understand that people are trying to make ends meet. And people only spend money to the degree they understand on how to survive. I don't know if you get it. A lot of people want to make money, but a lot of people have less understanding on how to spend money. You need to take a course on how to spend money. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Because we think that because we are human beings, we can work. No, right? There are people who professionally work. That's why they pay them for working. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So when you are making money, you need to learn how to work, how to spend money. And that comes with the knowledge. Also, being around people that are ahead of you, also align that part, how to spend, but it's a reflection because we are a copycat, right? We are a mirror. We reflect what is in our environment. So when people are looking for fast ways to make money, they will always be what's it called? Yeah. So I will not advise you to do that. If the least way I would advise you to make money, if you don't have any skill, even if you have a skill, not paying you enough money to pay the bills, and your bills is still greater than your income. Okay. Be a plug.
Okay, so this is a follow-up for Mr. Omana. To you, with the world becoming more digital, how can African investors participate in global opportunities and also without falling into schemes, scams, and all this?
Again, one of the most important things I tell people when I speak to Africans is that whatever products you're building, whatever business you're doing, your biggest competition is poverty, it's hunger. There are some things you don't tell an hungry man. Even Jesus in the Bible understood that. That's why before he preached to 5,000 people, he did what? He fed them. Right? So as Africans, again, I'm in the real estate space. Most of the time when we talk about real estate, everything you talk about real estate is about what? Investing. But someone that is not making as much money to do what? To even keep body and soul together. What are you thinking of investing? Like, think about it. And these are the problems. You're not making enough money. Again, Englishman will always tell you something about passive income, active income, quotes and quotes and quotes and quotes, right? But it's just simple. You have to eat before you think of doing what? Investing. So as Africans, rather than just, again, and this comes from a place of the bad relationship that we naturally do have what? With money. Somebody that doesn't understand that the principles of money is 80-20, this, that. Whenever they make any money, you see them buy a land, and after they buy the land, they will sell the land back. To do what? To eat. Again, my name is Andy Umana, and I want it to stick. Because at the end of this conference, you would have had a better relationship with money. Because if you have a good relationship with money as an African man, you will know that there are some businesses that you can't do in Port Harcourt, but you can do them in Lagos. You will know that there are some businesses that you can't do in Lagos, but you can do them where? In Port Harcourt. Again, this is your relationship with money. My name is Andy Umana, and I want to do what? Because at the end of this conference, you would have been moved from where? B being a what? Thank you.
All right. Still on Mr. Andy. This is a very hilarious question, though. I find it very hilarious. He said, I have just 4 plots of land in my house, in my hometown, Abia State. Please, can I use it to take loan from Lapo?
Yes, I think actually, right? So again, at some point last year, I raised capital to like do debt financing, so I give out loans in my company, right? If you have a good title on that property, there's no bank in Nigeria that will not give you a loan on that property. So a lot of people are investing without even having a proper understanding of what they are doing, what investing in. So your understanding of that product, real estate, the land, right, can be all you need. Another thing that I will tell people, rather than buy a land in your village, right, and just leave it there fallow, you can and most banks will, because you hardly get titles in those places. Who wants to do a title in your village? What concerns me? Right? What's the economic value that is driving value to that land? There's really nothing, right? You can use it to start making passive income. You can plant plantain, which is why most of my products, what I do is I do a passive income kind of investment. I plant plantain, there's cassava. So every year on year, you make money from owning a piece of a land. I'm sure that a lot of people have land here, but the land that they have is just bush. After you have left this conference, think of how to make that land that you have an income generating what? Asset. That's when you become a what? A smart investor. If not, You're just investing for the sake of doing what? And that makes you not a real investor. Thank you so much. My name again is what? And I want it to do what?
Okay, so Mr. Bright, I have a question for you. Do you think banks are actually moving fast enough to support this new money era? Or do you think fintechs are taking over because traditional banks are too slow?
Okay. First is that banks are slow. Yes, I can say that. Let's put it at a very simple level. The other we went to the bank to have a conversation, and I was talking to a banker, and I asked her if we want to invest money with the bank, what's the return that we can get within a year? And what she told me was somewhere within 15 to 20%. If you invest that money with Resify or with Empire, Empire will give you 45% in 1 year. That's a fact. And so if I am going to make money, if I'm going to liquidate my cash or make as much cash as I need to take advantage of this economy, do I want to invest with a bank that doesn't give me as much leverage as I want? That's the question here. That's why I think banks are slow. That is one. Secondly, is that beyond just the fact that banks only give you low returns on your money, they don't give you the kind of leverage to play around as you want. Banks need your money to survive. So they would always want to hold your money back. They will always want you to keep your money with them. With other investment vehicles, with technology that is coming up, you do not want to keep your money tied down in the bank. You're going to become the investor that you want to be. If you're going to become the big guy you want to be, you don't want to keep your money tied down in the bank, because basically, how much is savings? Savings is 5%, right? Treasury bills is 15 to 20%, right? Fixed deposit is at most, depending on the amount you're putting in, 15%. That is limiting. But with real estate, you have more. With stocks, you have more. With startups, fintechs, you have more, right? Because there's flexibility there. I think the banks are slow. Personally.
I would like to add something to this, right? Because again, I sit on the board of a bank, right? And I would like that when everybody is done, they find a way to register with Loma Bank, right? The problem that banks have, I beg to differ that banks are really slow in Nigeria, right? Because in my own perspective, there is a shortage of data, right? That's why a lot of people don't have access to credit. Think about it. Like, what is the access that we actually do have to credit as Nigerians? Right? But yeah, shocker. The new government, as much as a lot of people hate this government because of the way they came in, right? They are putting a lot of policies and implementing a lot of stuff, like the open banking infrastructure that they just implemented, to allow everybody access to credit. So you see, Nigeria is becoming better. But a lot of people don't even know that Nigeria is becoming better because they are even blinded to see the policies that are being set in place. The reason why an average Nigerian bank sits on 90% of their capital. Why? Why would they not give you that money? In America, as compared to like America, they sit on like 30% of their capital. Why? Because they have access to your data. They know that if I give you money, you're not running away with your money. There's no way you will run to that I will not be able to do what? Get back the money. So Nigeria is becoming better as Nigeria is moving fast. As much as Nigeria's policies are changing, as much as the economy is moving fast, we as a people need to also move as fast. Again, there's something that this government just really recently introduced. It's called MREF. A lot of people don't even know about this. There's now credit facility for people to own homes with as little as 20% down payment on the house. People don't have access to this information because why? They are not studying or they don't even have the knowledge enough. And that's why a conference like this is where we come and we tell you that these things, Nigerian banks are not necessarily slow. At the end of the day, it's just lack of data. And as we are trying as a country to build the infrastructure, which is why we have conferences like this to teach both we in the private sector and in the public sector that we need to aggregate enough data to be able to give people access to credit. That is only when we can say that banks are not doing what they ought to do. You get what I'm trying to say? And again, with the investing thing with a bank, buying T-bills, bonds, and all that. You need to know your relationship with money. You need to know where you are with investing. There are some people that should not be investing in real estate because what you first want with your capital, what is more important than return on investment of your capital is what? Security of your capital. Chances on our T-bills. What are the possibilities of me and you defaulting on our loans that we get from people to run our business?
I understand that perspective. But then at the same time, for anybody that's probably at a very low range with their finances, they still do not even need to invest in T-bills. They can still get the best from T-bills because it's basically volume, right? So I think that for people at that phase, most times it's even fintech that favor them more, right? Yes, I think that for people like that, it's even fintechs that favor them more. Basically because, okay, so we have things like carry rise. With carry rise, you get better interest on your savings than you would. I think so. I'm not very certain on your savings that you would with a conventional bank, like maybe Zenith Bank, maybe UBA Bank, right? So because these things, that's one. Secondly, the flexibility of having to do savings with these other systems exist. You can easily just register an account and you're already saving your money. You're already making money, right? As against what you would get with a conventional bank. That's one reason why I think that while, like you said, banks have policies that are beginning to put them on the limelight, they are quite slow to the party, right? And I think that they can do better, right? With this knowledge and every other thing, they can do better.
So I think I would like to create a dichotomy. So life is about context. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Just the way Andy said. The concept of investment is necessary because there is excess. If you never chop, the only investment you can do is your brain. If your brain is empty, both your body and your belly will not function properly, right? And sometimes the best investment you can do after you have fed your brain, your body, you clothe yourself properly, look good, so that you can have a good reputation capital, right? Now, right. So once you have gotten to a place where you start having excess, I mean, your expenses in a month is 200,000, your revenue in a month is 500,000. Now that is what? 300,000. Then you can start considering. Then another thing you also need to consider crisis management. Always have money for crisis. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Invested in your brain, your body, and all of that, you have excess. Invest in your crisis capital. Okay, something happened. Some people are just one sickness away to poverty, to back to gross poverty. Get just one small sickness. I don't know if you get it. So once you have done that, right, and you start having those excesses, then you can now start doing a divided portfolio called divestment, right? So where you can do parts of what it's saying for securitization,
yes,
and do a bit of risk.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. I think I just want a sentence from each and every one of you, just to make somebody who has come for the money conference a financial literate. Just a sentence that you're leaving for a person that is struggling, that wants to be a financial literate. Just one last word for you, from all of you.
So I think this word has been on my mind: push and pull. For a lot of us, we make decisions from the point of our push. What are our push? Our needs, our problems. And it has affected how we handle our finances. We make decisions based on our push. You should make decisions based on your pull. So if you're able to find a balance between what pushes you and what pulls you, which is your pull is basically your goals, it will help you find the right financial decision that you can make. That will prepare you to achieving the kind of result you're looking for in today's world.
All right. What I would say is you need to find a way to build a very good relationship with pain. Amen? Pain. If you go to the gym, the more you can bear pain, the more you bulk up. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Right? And the same thing with life. Eh? How far you are going to grow in life is your pain. You need to ask Andy how much of money he has lost. You get what I'm saying? So it's a little bit faint, right? But your relationship with pain, embracing pain, not as a negative integer, but as part of positive factor to life. Very, very key. And it's a long way. Because you are going to who will disappoint you. You trust people very good, right? But pain should not be your turning back. Pain should be the carpet.
Yeah, to wrap up the conversation, I have 3 things that I wrote out. Like, to make money, you need audacity. And when I say audacity is the only thing that can make you walk up to anybody here today and tell them like, hey, this is what I do. You should pay me this amount of money for what I do because I deserve this value. Right? To manage money, you need humility. Because it's easy to make money. Managing money needs a lot of humility. You have to be humble enough to know that, hey, I'm not the guy that needs the Lamborghini yet. Even though I have the money, I need to be able to make 5 times the money that I have for the Lamborghini to be able to afford one Lamborghini. Right? And the third thing, to multiply money, you have to be a guy that is trusted. It takes me back to the conversations about the bank. The reason why I will go to a bank to give them my money, the reason why I will go to some people that I know, some businesses that I know to give them my money to you, because I have an element of trust on the system they've built around their money. So to multiply money, after you've built a system to make the money, you built a system to manage it, to multiply and get access to more capital, you need to build trust around yourself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for each and every one of them. Thank you very much. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Our 500 square meters of land is still available, right, sir? Our convener, we still have that available. All right. No problem. So because people are still seated for that. We still have 12 people to go for the Bole Festival free tickets. Nana, do you want to still pick again, or should I pick? I should pick this time. Wow. Okay, just before that, I think someone lost his or her ATM card. So if you know you're looking for one, please come to me and we can verify that it's yours. Okay, let me pick some people. If you don't smile, I will not pick you.
I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Okay, those two there. Those two there, right? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2 in front. Yeah. Men supporting men. Nana is telling me big women, big women. Say big women, big women. Go again. Okay, the 2 ladies here. Oh yeah, let me just support ladies. Let it not be like, oh yeah, 2, just 2. 2.
Everything depends on you. I can't get my eyes off you. Girl, I'm in love with you.
The lady in green. Oh yeah, come out now. The Lord has found favor with you.
And I'm losing my mind. Baby, come closer, you're far away. Wherever you
Okay, the guy in Ankara. Okay, please come out.
Cause you are my angel, my love.
Don't pick anybody from that side.
I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Girl, I cannot do without you. Let me be the one beside you.
The guy on dreadlocks. The Lord has found favor with you. Please come out. Your dreads has made a way. All right, how many do we have now? How many do we have? 6. Okay, we have 7 plus. The guy is 7. The guy on white behind. There's something about your white. Okay, how many do we have now? We have 9. We have 9. 9, right, Nana? Am I correct? So we need 3 more. I don't know. Okay, we need 4 more. Okay. If I'm not seeing you, I don't know. Something is covering. I don't know what is covering you. Maybe bole. I don't know. Something is covering you. Okay, the fair guy. Who is that person talking? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I said to make money, you need audacity. Oh yeah, come out. Come out. We need 2 more, right? 2 more to go. 2 more to go. If you want to go to Bole Festival, say Bole. Wow. Somebody even called my name. So you know my name. Wow. Do you know my name? What's my name? You say what? You say my name is MC. My name is Madonna. Wow. If you continue like this, I don't know. Okay, the guy on native. Yes. I think one more person. Who are we gonna pick now? Who in this region? Who? The lady on black. Oh yeah, come out. All right. Okay. So I think we're complete now, right? So where's the guy that took the first name? Hello? The guy behind. The guy that took the first names. DJ, bring it down. DJ, bring it down. Yes, the guy behind that took the first name. Hello? Yes, please come. I think you should just...
King is a founder in the blockchain space. He has his own blockchain and is doing great stuff.
Please, can we put our hands together for him?
When you hear him speak, you will hear him talk about the numbers that he has done. I have Debbie, please come on stage with me. Debbie raised, I think, $1 million in 2021, right? She's the founder and the head of growth at FM Blockchain. She has built great stuff in the blockchain space. Welcome, Debbie. Give her a round of applause. Ven Oputa. Ven Oputa is that man that talks about AI. He's the guy that does blockchain. Yeah, he sold an NFT collection for around $300,000 in the year 2021. Welcome, Ven. Thank you so much. We have Crypto Pigeon Analyst. Crypto Pigeon Analyst has one of the biggest crypto communities in Nigeria. I mean, the collective net worth of the community that he controls is more than $10 million. Give a round of applause for Crypto Pigeon Analyst. We have Yinka Oke. So everybody give her a round of applause. She's a data analyst that has traveled the world. She has worked with different conglomerates. She's currently working with Shell and a lot of numbers. I mean, I think Yinka's salary is more than 300 billion naira a month. I have Chinonso Chidoke. Chinonso Chidoke is the founder of Cupid Technology. Chinonso is that guy. When I say is that guy, volume that this guy processes more than 200 billion naira a month. Give a round of applause for Chinonso. And I have, last but not least, Olufemi Adegolu. He has one of the biggest crypto communities, B-Chain Africa. He has done events in every part of Africa, from Kenya to South Africa to Nigeria, Lagos, and all that. And we also have Prince Nathan. Give a round of applause for Prince Nathan. Prince Nathan raised last year $2 million in his, I think, family and friend round, right? And he's building the infrastructure for intra-African trade. So whatever trade you have to do that is African, from China, not China, from Kenya to Lagos, is the guy to meet. A round of applause for our tech section. Thank you so much.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Oh. A friend of mine said in a song, he said, blessings sweet like bottom pot, especially when the pot don't burn. I present to you the bottom pot of the inaugural New Money Conference. These people have made money. They have managed money and they've multiplied money. So, yes, so in no particular order, we'll have you blow your trumpets in, let's say, 30 seconds. Starting from you, sir. You blow your trumpet to us, and then we go in that order, and then we shoot. Sir, I'll need your help on this one. And Nana, if you're not too busy, I'll need your help on this one. We have to do this together. So, sir, please shoot.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Femi Adegolu. My friends call me JB of Lagos, and I'm a blockchain founder, entrepreneur, advisor, and consultant. Co-founder of Beach in Africa, and we've actually done a lot of big things in the crypto space in the past 2 years. Work with a lot of Coinbase, Tether, and the likes. And I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chinonso Gotsu Chijoke, and I'm the founder of Cupid Technologies, Liquid Development Limited, and Ara College. I've built an AI agent which helps people make transactions on WhatsApp, and over the years we've done some millions of dollars in transaction, and I'm actually very glad to be here.
GM, everyone. My name is Tim Tokwe Gideon, popular known as Crypto Pigeon Analyst. I'm the founder of Crypto Pigeon Academy and also the co-founder of Play to Learn. At Crypto Pigeon Academy, all I do is to educate you about the new money, which is blockchain, cryptocurrency in pidgin language. So everything we're going to talk here, I know they follow them blow grammar. Now pidgin we go use in Tarat. Why? Because now we understand what new money really be about. Why? Because now we go compete the new money. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Sorry that we tend to be the last, but my name is Ben Okuta. I'm a failure at Fabric Sphere, a failure at Bubble, and a beginner at Plutus Labs. And what we do at Plutus Labs right now is that we help businesses automate their systems with agentic AI, right? And so
Hi everyone, my name is Deborah. I'm a business analyst by profession. I have had the opportunity to work across a few sectors. Started off my career in banking, and fast forward to 2021, post-COVID, transitioned to tech, and co-founded my first startup, Afen Blockchain. And what we pretty much do is specialize in private and public sector adoption of blockchain technology. And we do that by educating people as well as innovating solutions leveraging blockchain technology. Thank you.
All right, good everyone.
First, I want to say a very big thank you to the organizers of this program. Also, a very big thank you to my friend, Mr. James Martins. My name is Eric King. I'm the director and the founder of Dex Exchange. We trade on cryptocurrencies. We provide blockchain solutions. Can trade all kinds of cryptocurrencies. We also have a decentralized insurance known as Crypto Insure. We also have a crypto P2P platform where you can trade your Naira to USDT. That's what we do. We are into blockchain solutions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My name is Olayinka. Okay. They call me Data Bender. I'm not a founder, but I'm a data management specialist. I basically help organizations make money out of their data or make sense out of data. And just like Andy said, I've done across a number of industries and geographies. And yeah, when I'm not bending data, I help individuals, especially high net worth individuals, help them make sense of their money and put their money to work. So basically, I help you to structure your investment portfolios and just give general investment advice to people. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hosi Sochukwu Nathaniel. I'm the Chief Errand Officer for Bridge. And what we do at Bridge is we are the implementation partner for the Africa Free Continental Agreement that allows 54 countries in Africa to trade within themselves. We are pretty much backed by the Afri-Exim Bank and the MasterCard Foundation. So we pretty much help businesses to trade amongst themselves. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so I think we'll take a look at what we're looking at today, which is digital economy. Now, it might sound a little bit big, but in simple terms, how is that already showing up in our daily lives? From our shopping to our saving, even dating sites and all that.
Wait, please, can you repeat the question?
Digital economy. I want to know, is that already showing up in our daily lives?
Okay, so a couple of people came here today, right? And when we talk about the digital economy, it's just really like we're not using cowries or paper money, right, to interact anymore. So we almost now live in our phones. What that means is that there's a whole new world where you interact with money, with people that you might not meet or never meet. You exchange value and whatnot. So when we talk about the digital economy, we're thinking about how is this impacting us and what are the changes? A couple of them, right, is something very, somewhat futuristic, although it's been here since like 2012, is the blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, where people pay with magic internet money. Things made from electricity. Is this? Okay. Things made from electricity, right? So, or you're really interacting with people or what we call NPCs. Hello? So sorry about that. So basically what I'm trying to say is that it is evident in everything we are doing. You are no longer putting cash around. You are paying with zeros and ones. You are no longer only meeting people physically. You are talking to them on your phone. So the full digital economy is actually present and you are currently living it. It is not something out of the blue. It is your life now. So you have to pay attention. And the reason I say this is because it is very serious. Because if you do not pay attention to what is going on, you will be left out. And that is what the New Money Conference is all about. It's about finding opportunities within this digital economy that enrich your life. I know a couple of, so we've gone through a string of stages, right? We've talked, the finance guys have spoken, the real estate guys have spoken, right? And now we're talking about the tech guys, right? So for us, right, our value here is going to be telling you how to make money with this digital economy. We are all about making money. You know, the real estate guys can tell you about managing, you know, and multiplying. In fact, I learned so much from them. But for us, it is important that we let you know how serious the digital economy is and how you should be taking advantage of it. You no longer have an excuse. You have the internet. You have YouTube. You have everything you need. Your failure and your lack of making money is your lack of discipline and not the digital economy, because it is here to stay. It's not going to change because you don't like it, because you're not going to go on Facebook. It doesn't care about you, but you have to take advantage of it. So I hope that helps.
All right, this question is for Deborah. Okay, so a lot of women say tech feels too complicated. I know a lot of women now going into this field. But from your own journey, how can women break into the space without feeling they can't be who they want to be?
All right. Thanks for that question. I think I'm just going to answer by, I'll start by, saying a little bit, telling you a little bit about my story and journey into technology, the tech space. So as I mentioned earlier, I started my career from banking, where I did initial 5 years of my time working in the banking industry. And of course, I had the opportunity to do quite a number of things in the bank. And when the time came, so I kind of stumbled into tech, right? I don't think there was a point in time where I told myself, okay, I want to, pursue tech. I just sort of found myself in tech, and that came from a lot of curiosity. So before I continue, I feel what usually pull people back is lack of confidence in something. And what you can do to build confidence is to build capacity. And how do you build capacity? You build your knowledge base, right? Because at the end of the day, you're limited by what you know. So when you are open-minded and you're open to learning, there's really no limit to what you can achieve. And so back to my story, tech happened to me post-COVID. I think COVID was a pivotal moment for a lot of people, including myself. And so during COVID, I started to explore a couple of things because at that time, we started to work remotely. So I was working from home because, my role at the bank didn't require facing customers. I was working in strategy at the time. And so I had some spare time in my hands to, check out other stuff. And I had this friend who is now my co-founder. He would always post about Bitcoin, about cryptocurrency. And I was like, hey, what's this thing? Like, tell me about it. And then we got talking. I remember when I went to Abuja, we had breakfast, and I bought my first crypto. My first crypto was BNB, by the way. And then because I had my money in it, I started to really exploit, right? And at some point, I started to also fall in love with the technology behind it. And so out of curiosity, I would reach out to my friend. This technology seems interesting. And coming from a traditional banking background, like, it was just very, very amusing to me. I'm like, this has to be the future of money, right? And so I fell in love with the technology, of course. I started to ask questions. And at some point, it was like, Debs, this thing you're saying makes sense. So, like, we can actually build something around this. And, before we knew it, we started to build something. Tech was new to me, not to even talk of blockchain or crypto. But what helped was being open-minded and being open to learning. I can remember how much research I had to do, because when we started building and we started getting some form of interest from investors, then that pressure, there was that pressure to actually deliver, right? So I think for women who think that tech is complicated, tech might seem complicated to you because you really do not understand from a use case perspective. And I usually tell people, even blockchain, like people are like, this blockchain thing, what is it exactly? I would say don't see tech for tech. I mean, except you're a developer. But if you're venturing into anything, even tech or whatever it is, try to understand it from a use case perspective. How can this thing benefit me as a person? How can it benefit other people? And from a lot of research, it helps you to build knowledge. It helps you to build capacity. And that way, it also builds your confidence to really explore the space. Because again, you cannot really navigate what you do not understand. I say that a lot. So with understanding comes the confidence to take that step.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm very, very passionate about women. So that's why I just want to add my bit. And I see a lot of women here. Every time people say things like, oh, maybe it's difficult for women to thrive in tech, it's funny to me. Because, and not because I work in tech, because I think that tech is one of the easiest fields for women to thrive. And I'll tell you why. First, what's the major difference between a man and a woman? There's a lot, Y chromosome. But I think that the major one is physical strength. Men have better physical strength to carry things. However, nobody's asking you to carry anything in tech. You don't need physical strength in tech. What you need is your brain. So I really think that that big divider that says the gender divide is not a problem to you as a woman. You have the same brain that the man has, so you can do it. And I know this because I actually started out as a field engineer. So I used to go offshore, I used to carry iron. And I struggled because I did not have the strength that the men had before I pivoted into tech. So in tech, you don't need physical strength, you just need your brain. And like Deborah said, you need to be willing to learn. The second part of it is women have this issue of, oh, when I start having children, when I start in tech, you can work remote. That means that you don't need to look for, you may not need to look for where am I going to keep my child because I'm going to resume school. If you have somebody that watches your child at home, you will also be at home and you'll be doing your job. My last 2 jobs before my current job were remote. So for like 4 years, I was working from home. I didn't have to go anywhere. That is perfect for any woman who wants to be homely, want to be at home to cook for your husband, whatever. It doesn't have to stop you from working. So I really think that tech is one of those fields that give women that equal playing ground. And forget all of the systems or whatever, as long as you come correct. Like Deborah said, you build your skills, you're not going to have it.
All right. Thank you very much. I would like to have a live question from anyone from the audience. Anybody? Anybody wants to ask any question about tech? Anybody signify by raising of hands? All right.
Shadrach Felix is my name. And one of the reasons why I'm here is to actually meet somebody who will guide. All of our panelists are talking about learning, training. And I know half of the people here comes to meet somebody, meet that one person that will give them the training. So how can we go out? Personally myself, how can I go out here with a hand on somebody's shoulder that will take me into tech, into Bitcoin, and into all this we are saying here?
All right. Okay, you have a question. I think we'll add up the 2. Okay, let's hear you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tamno Dapa, and I am a machine learning and AI engineer. I have seen situations from a builder's perspective where young people have these ideas and they want to build a product. And as tech-oriented people, they really don't have the funds or the capacity to employ developers or strategists or product managers and all of these people to work on the ideas that they've had. As tech enthusiasts, tech-oriented professionals, what would you advise a builder or a what's the word now? Someone who's looking forward to bringing up that idea into like reality, what would you advise him to do when he doesn't really have all the resources and everything that he needs to bring these things to life?
Right. Okay, one last question, then they can answer. Let's hear you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Angel Emmanuel. I'm a voiceover artist and a writer. So my question is, I'm looking to start a career in tech and trying to figure out the best path. From your experience, what's one skill or area you'd recommend someone, a beginner like me, to focus on first?
Right. Seems you're not from here. You just got back. All right. This is Port Harcourt. All right. So who wants to answer? Anybody? All right. Okay.
I'm going to give the answer for, I don't know his name, and the other lady. Yeah. So if you ask me, I would say one of the core skills you need to learn, because I mean AI is here and makes everything really, really simple. One of the things I think you need to learn is prompt engineering. So what is prompt engineering? I'll go from the Bible perspective as we have the holiness here. So if you can remember when in the Bible, God said, let there be light, and then there was light. So God knew, like the metaphysical aspects of everything and how to turn his words into, physical objects. So that is one of the things I know or I believe you need to learn, because when you learn these things, you know how to properly, put your wordings into these AI agents or maybe these AI, models and the LLMs and the rest of them. And these models, when you properly prompt them on what you want to do, they will definitely give you, like a proper breakdown. For example, now you said you want to go around, getting developers, getting, product managers. I promise you actually do not need this thing, because if you understand how to prompt properly, you see AI becoming your product manager, becoming your developer, you understand, and then you move on to Lovable, creating, these softwares and having an MVP, which you show to someone who would, like actually see the vision of what you're trying to build and possibly, give you the funding that you need, because they need a proof of concept to see that what you are trying to do is actually profitable or is actually makes sense in order to, like give you their money, because no one can give you their money out of, just in air when you're not in Silicon Valley. Because you need to understand that you're in Nigeria, and Nigeria man, he needs to see what he's putting his money inside. Because I mean, if I can't see it, bro, I'm not giving you shit. You understand? Because that's basically how it is. I'm just going to be very, very honest with you. So you need to learn prompt engineering. I think if you know how to prompt properly, it's going to lead you into, becoming a better product manager, becoming a better project manager, becoming, a better developer, becoming a better, AI developer, and the rest of them. So yeah, you should put prompt engineering as the top. So once you, perfect your prompt engineering skills, I think you can, like get a rather thing done. Thank you.
Okay, I want to add to my brother that is talking from builder perspective. Yeah, digital world we are in now is very, very easy. Oh, sorry, I don't break my protocol. It is very easy going. Me, I start to the build for this space. I don't know anything about coding. I don't know how to code. I don't know anything about this stuff. What thing I do be say, when I understand how blockchain they work, and for you to learn more, you need to teach people, right? So I begin to teach people in pidgin where they go feel relate to it. From there, my secondary school mates, they were interested. We started learning together. We begin to learn together. From there, we find a problem. You understand? And these guys, they're my secondary school mates. And before you know, we thought, okay, waiting we said we feel build. We no go like collect much from us, but from our brain. Then we come together, go to event like this. We saw a problem and we begin to build. Secondary school mates, you get. So what you need to do as someone be say, find people that maybe they are close to you, put them on. People dey always talk say, bro, put me on. Anything wey they do, where they make money, put your guys on. Put putting your guys on, we also like, bring ideas to them and say, okay, bro, let's build this together. And before you know, people will begin to join you guys along the way. That's how you get to see developer. If they love what you are doing, they say, bro, I feel code for you now. Sure, you don't get developer. You get, my work with you. You get that kind of stuff. That's how me and my guy, we've been able to like build a solid company that has been taking us around the world lately. Yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Yeah. So I just want to add something quickly because I think from a tech perspective, there's always this focus on trying to get the MVP out. But there's a sales component to actually building a tech company. So I come from the sales place. For me, everything has to make economical sense. There's the unit economics for what you want to do. So for that reason, I would say you already have like prompt engineering, deliverables, and the rest. But are you truly making what people want? And if you just have that in at the back of your head, what I want to make is it what people want? Is it what people buy into? Do I understand the business model of it? Then hiring engineers and all of that would be like less of your worries. And then the amazing lady that I want to steal your voice anyway, but because I speak a lot and I would love to really just talk to a lot of persons that and then get that kind of attention. However, I would love to say that I think there's always this misconception about what tech looks like. You're a voiceover artist. I would almost say you're already in tech. You can you might not be a direct contributor to what tech looks like, but for if technological companies are using your voiceovers for anything, then I would say you are in tech. But some of the things I would advise you do would be consider things like how blockchain is now allowing people sell their voice and even like their identity for the things that people want to do. We at Bridge, we currently have an AI platform that allows businesses to translate their voice into like different languages because we operate across 24 countries in Africa currently. And for that, we deal with customers that speak Swahili, customers that speak Hindu and all of Arabic, French, and the likes. And we want the voice to sound Nigerian, even if we want the voice to sound African, even if it's AI generated. And this is something I think you should look into, as it were. And then I don't want to hold on to the mic, but Chief, thank you so much. You mentioned looking for someone to hold your hand. First off, I'll always say, I think there's this demand or need to get a mentor. And I love that. I love that idea. But I also think that there's this self-individualism where you need to go find things by having the audacity to go get it. And by audacity, I mean like there's YouTube today where you can easily Google and find the things that you want. Because for mentors, people reach out to me and say, oh, I want you to be my mentor. And I'm like, I too small self to even be mentor to person. But that's not the case. The case is, I see this from people who want me to do the hard lifting for them. And, we're in 24 countries for a reason, meaning that I'm always in 24 countries for that reason. And I do not have, the time to do that. But I would give the time to people that you see that are now showing interest, that they've done the hard work to get to where you need them to be. And you know that your experience will now get them over the line, as opposed to, that dependency for me to now do the hard work for you. So that's my opinion. I'm on Instagram. I share a lot of insight on building across Africa. I'm not in tech. I'm not in crypto and the likes. I'm in real core business, not in internet money. So if you want to move goods across Africa, if you want to import across Africa, if you want to export across Africa, then Bridge is the platform to be. Thank you.
Okay. To you, young man, I want to answer your question. But before I go, I want to say a very big thank you to the next. I want to refer your words. I want to say you need to be, you are humble, one. language. All right. Tech is not just all about programming language. I'm a blockchain developer. I'm also a cybersecurity personnel. Got that from Next for University, also certified by Binance Exchange. See, it's not just tech that you need, because you need to be humble one and also to be trusted. So when you want to start, first believe in yourself that you can do it. Because I say to myself that I can do it. When you say to yourself you can do it, the next thing you need to do is look around you, all right? And don't look far. Because we didn't look far, we look around us. And when you look around you, who are those your friends you can start with? At that point, you don't really need too much fun. You don't really need, just look around. Okay, hey, Mr. Emeka, this is my idea. Can you join me? Person will say, okay, let's give it a shot. You start from there. At the beginning, it might not be that simple and easy, but don't just give up. Keep going. You see, when we started our first shot, we didn't get it. All right, we didn't get it. So, but we learned a lot from there. And we needed more people, more experienced people at that point. And we said to ourselves, hey, we have to go for more knowledge. There are something is lacking, all right? But because you were able to start for the first time, you have gained that experience, that knowledge, all right, with your friends. And while you were doing it, guess what? People are seeing you and you are building trust. Remember, one of the use cases of blockchain is to solve trust problem. All right, that is trust problem. Once you're able to solve the trust issue on yourself, people will start believing you, and people will like to come around you. Hey, I want to be part of what you are doing, and that is it. Sometimes you may not have all the knowledge, but once you get started and build that trust, it starts from there. And when we started DEX, it wasn't fun, it wasn't easy, but we keep building the trust. We keep building it, and here we are today. All right, as a blockchain developer, I needed to get more knowledge aside from the one I have. So what I did was I started making inquiry, I started researching, I go for knowledge. Even before I got into blockchain, I was a banker. When I got the information wasn't that popular the way it is now. But I needed to someone that would carry me along. And God directed myself to a friend that I don't really know from Canada. I chatted him up, told him, sir, I really need this information very well. And the guy said to me, hey, where am I? I said, I'm in Nigeria. He said, oh, that was when I get to know this guy is from Canada. And I said, okay, how do I get this knowledge? He said, okay, don't worry. I have a boy in Nigeria here in Lagos. He was sending me his contact. I said, okay, I'll be very, very happy. And guess what? He sent me his contact. I called him. The guy is based in Lagos. Guess what? I'm here in Aba. And I was working with them. And I was like, okay, how do we do this? And I never wanted it free. The guy charged me. Sure, he charged me $1,000. And we bargained it then. Said, I'll pay you $500. He wanted me to come down to Lagos. I said, no. And then dollar rate was 300 and something. I think thereabout. And the guy came down to Aba. I lodged him in a hotel. I got the knowledge just for 3 days. And that's all I needed at that point. And guess what? After that, we started our first company. I made money, we started our first company. It fell. We stopped there, we go again. And that was when I said, okay, finance is coming up. And I needed to get involved into Binance. That was how I was able to, get into Binance, get into a program. When I get into the program, that was when I become a certified blockchain developer, given to me by Season himself. And there was a case study there, because we were able to build crypto decentralized insurance, and that was it. From all over. We came for program, so you can do it.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You wanted to say something? Just one last.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, yeah. So I didn't come here to talk about things I'm doing, because I know you don't care. You don't need it. I came here to tell you guys how to make money. So for the lady that asked the question, the voiceover artist, first of all, your diction is very good. And I want to show you how to make your first 1 million naira from tech. Are you ready? And everybody too, if you are in the same category trying to start your career in tech, and you can talk like her. Let me see your hands up. If you can talk, okay, not like her, but you know how to talk, you know how to sell market.
She just got back. Oh.
All right, cool. So the first thing I will tell you is this, yeah. If you have a Twitter account, get on Twitter, do Twitter Spaces every Friday, and I will tell you a particular blockchain company is called Base. Talk about what they are doing in Base. Go out, I can send you a website. You just go to maybe like just 4 products that are built on that blockchain. And if you do it for 3 months, you can get a grant of like $1,000. I'm not joking. Just on Twitter, once a week. Do it for 3 months consistently. My friend is a West Africa lead. I can tag him to be seeing your stuff. Do it for 3 months. How many months, guys? And you get how much? That's it. Thank you very much.
All right.
See, another thing be say, forget that phone voice. You understand? You know you to the speak.
No,
like
she just got back.
Okay, she just go back. No, I like. Sorry for that.
Yes.
If you feel like speak your own normal language, right? Go to this blockchain. Pick some solid project. Educate people about them for your own language. Your people will feel relate. If they interact with your tweet and they get impression, trust me. The project itself might hire you as their content creator. You get, yeah.
With your local dialect. All right.
Sorry, before you go, I just want to, sort of get a sentimental analysis. So this session is really about practical steps to make money, and this man is rushing us. Do you people want to make money? Do you people want to go? Tell this man to give us more time.
I'm not rushing you.
So,
I'm a man of God.
And I think it's important. I don't want people to leave here and not gain anything.
All right.
Because you see the real estate sector, now 100 million naira you need. You see bank, now $5 million you go raise. But you see what this man has done. He has given you step to make $1,000. It is very important.
Is it what?
You meet him outside.
Go on Spaces. I was listening because I was learning. Go on Spaces.
You meet him outside.
Wait, no, this man, he will not rush short.
You meet him outside. Proximity.
Wait.
Get his phone number. Get his Twitter account. Get his Instagram. Message him. You will meet him outside.
5 minutes. Please. So he said, and I was listening, because me, whether I get money or not, I won't make $1,000. Go on Spaces, your Twitter account, beautiful voice. Start talking about Base. Base is a blockchain. They are new. They want to be in Africa. Talk about them. They will give you money. My man, you're trying to get into creation. Here's what I'll do. I'll find $20, first of all, and I'll go to ChatGPT. I'll pay for their premium. Because let me tell you the truth, the people paying for free are not getting what you get. So understand that you need a little amount of money to get started. So I'll pay for premium. And so you see that prompt engineering that he was saying that you should learn. I will tell the AI, see, this is what I want to build. Act like you are the smartest prompt engineer. How will I build this website? Break it down into steps. I don't want any hiccups. You see what I'll do next? I'll go to lovable.dev, bold.new, Replit. These are all, they've replaced developers. So I will that prompt and I'll feed it step by step. Now I might get errors, but first things I'll get is the front end of the application I want to build. Now if you connect it to database, which is long story, it will give you. I'll now take it to Cursor. If you're a coder, one guy was talking about ID. I'll pay another $10 because how much does it cost me to hire a developer? $2,000. Now it's costing me $60 to build an app. That's the difference. And let me tell you, right, this is important because there are people that understand this and are getting so far ahead of you. While you're thinking about what do I do next? How do I get my friend who is a developer to build my app? You don't need your friend. You need $50 and the will to do it. Audacity.
Thank you very much.
Audacity. Yeah. Thank you so much, Okay, we never finished. These quotes they cry.
Yeah, there are still a lot of minds that want to say one or two things, but time will not permit us. That's
right.
just the truth.
So what I want is let's have a little section of like product knowledge of some of the sponsors of this conference, right? And you can definitely connect with the speakers on this panel outside. We have a podcast room. You will listen to them. You will meet them. Again, proximity. You have access to them. Everybody here can meet you outside. You can get their phone number. You can call them and tell them that Andy Umana said that I should call you and you should tell me how to make $1,000. Again, my name is what?
Andy.
And I want you to do what? And at the end of this conference, you would have been moved from where? B is what? Thank you so much for this panel. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. We really appreciate everyone.
Thank you so much.
On this panel. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for them, please. Put your hands together for them, please. Thank you. Thank you.
So we will be doing around 3 different product discovery, right? There has been a barcode on this screen. Please scan the barcode and register on that application. I want everybody here to leave with something, right? You're going to be leaving with like a couple giveaways. You're going to be leaving with either a piece of a land, right? Or you'll be leaving with actual dollars. We're giving out $2 for everybody that registers on the Loma Bank application and on Cadex.
Okay, on Cadex.
You register on Cadex. Cadex is that application that allows you spend your crypto directly. So you go to a market, you go to a supermarket, you have USDT. What you do is you swipe your card and that's about it. Right? While the Recify application is that application where you can fractionally start investing in real estate with as little as 50,000 naira. I think they have about 4 to 5. That's my company, of course. I'm the head of growth and the founder of that company. Please,
can we display the barcode?
Please display the barcode so everybody registers on those applications and start investing in real estate. Now that you have a new relationship, we are creating a relationship. We've been able to solidify the basics and the principles of money. Now that you have a new relationship, these applications are those things, are those rails that will allow you start out very well in whatever you are investing in. So please, the barcode, go on the app. The app is app.realcify.com. It is app.realcify.com. The banking application is Loma Bank, and the card application is Cadex. Please download these applications. And I promise you that at the end of this conference, you would have been moved from where? And B is a better place. Thank you so much. It's been a honor having this mammoth crowd here to listen and learn and relearn. Again, I'm pretty sure that a couple people here can tell me now that the way they related with money before now has changed. I'm sure. I don't even need to ask. I know.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for staying this long, and thank you for being here. Okay. So, for this application we just spoke of, the app.realcify.com, we actually have a fun game to play with this app. We want to get the fastest fingers. First 30 persons to register on this platform. Right now, that dude has already done something. So he's number one already.
Meet them outside and get your land.
So let me finish. So the first 30 persons will be getting free 10 square meters of the land we are currently pushing out, launching. So for you to get that, all you need to do is just sign up on the platform.
With the speed of light.
Yeah. Sign up on the platform.
Sign up and follow the Realcify account on Instagram.
Exactly.
Realcify is spelled RELSIFYHQ.
Exactly
on
what
Instagram.
is spelled on the screen.
Yes.
So please do that. Remember, we're keeping track of everybody that is signing up. We're going to call out names.
And
there's somebody monitoring
as soon as you
that
sign
now.
up, go out there and tell them that I've signed up and show them if you're among the first 30, you get your land instantly. That's digital.
All right. Thank you so much.
Better than that.
We are keeping
as soon
track.
as you sign up on this,
yes,
you will get a piece of a land. First 30 people get a piece of a land.
I told
you
you.
can also go out to meet Loma Bank. They are giving out cards. The first 50 people that sign up on the application will get $2 each. $2 is around 3,000 naira for coming here. Thank you so much again for all you've done, for being here this long, because we have like literally almost no time because of the election tomorrow.
Sure.
So my intention again is to do what? Move you from point A
to point B.
B being a better place.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so much. Thank you, Port Harcourt.
Thank you, Port Harcourt, for making our time to come out. Thank you. We really appreciate. Please do well to
yes,
sign up,
meet
interact with
anybody,
people, network,
and like get the business going.
Yes.
Everybody, the money is new. Let's get it going. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.